gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is the one, the only, Dion Green.
Baby, boys and girls, children of all ages. Unlike a certain somebody who has a really bad habit of pointing on fucking military equipment at his co-stars, I'm back.
I like that. That was very pointed, Dion. That man chuckling in the background is the last standing Samoan, Big Rig Nick Utam.
I assume he's talking about Alec Baldwin. I think.
We'll find out tonight. Is he from Buffalo?
Yeah, it's not him. He's from Buffalo.
Oh, the Baldwins of Buffalo. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And finally, American Ramrod Kendo Slice.
Want to know?
Oh, yeah. So, folks, make sure you're joining us on Tuesday nights because last night we had Master Debate, episode 2, part of the High Council. So it was Mary Mayhem versus Kendo Slice. It was Valiant Renegade versus Caffeinated Wolf. And it was Mad the Magnificent versus our friend UCast Studio, formerly Writer Junkie. So, folks, Master Debate is the show that people keep asking to be a part of. We're going to have it on Monday because I'll be out of town, which will be a little different for the beginning of the week schedule. But we already have a couple people like Fatal J lined up. So make sure you join us this week on Monday. I'll have the announcement over
the
on
dude from
social media.
ICP?
Yeah, he's back. What is a Juggalo? Find out Monday night.
Please, no juggalos. Please, for the love of God, no juggalos.
Oh, fuck off. You used to be one. I know it. I can.
Oh, no, never.
Sounds like he's going really hard to deny it.
No, I would never do that to myself.
Yeah, it's like them gay conversion priests. They're really rattling against it because they is one.
Wow.
That's you.
Jeez, that's a leap.
I mean, you guys are friends after all.
Yeah, well, that's true. At the end of the day, you're the only one that practices Southwest voodoo.
I wish I understood that. Right.
Listen, the cards don't lie, okay? I don't know what to tell you.
The cards don't lie.
Oh, God. Well, speaking of cards, I'm sure it's in the cards that we got a lot to cover tonight. Quick transition. So
wait. There's one thing. There's one thing I have to do, Jeff. One thing.
Yes.
Show everybody the toy I got recently.
Ooh.
It's the Flying Leia.
Yeah.
Greatest moment. And look. She's even in the position. Look at that.
But she doesn't look like she's been slightly burned up and frozen in space.
It's from this guy Retro Gimmick on Instagram. He posted it, and I immediately bought it.
I kind of want one now.
Yeah, he's got an Etsy store. He's a really cool guy. They're not that bad. I got it within the week, man. He did a good job because I saw it and I was like, I need this right now.
I gotta find out how to sell on Instagram because Instagram is a place that I have no impulse control. It's like, ooh, that's a cool T-shirt. Bought it.
Oh, I know. Like I have to stop that too. I'm just like, I can't do this right now. But I saw that and I was like, this needs to happen. At least this needs to happen.
Now, folks, tonight we're going to be talking about all sorts of things. Woke Busters will come up. We have to make a couple big announcements. We're going to talk about Beetlejuice 2. Dr.Suess is in the news. Law and Order. Yeah, we're covering Law and Order, the world's longest show that I don't think... Did we watch Law and Order collectively? Dion, I feel like you might be the only Law and Order viewer here.
I used to watch Law and Order, but then I realized that, now that I'm an adult now, I can like my own franchises, and plus it's not my grandpa's Law and Order anymore. It's just so unrecognizable. Plus, who isn't getting tired of seeing fucking Anthony Anderson all the damn time?
Well, What was it? The woman in Chappelle's show. She's not tired of thinking about him. Remember? She's at dinner with Dave Chappelle, and Anthony Anderson's like laying in bed with the fucking flower, and Dave Chappelle's just like, "Huh? Am I not good enough?"
That's a good point. That's a good point. He does have. He always does have that. I'll give him that. Give him that. That fucking annoying ass California commercial, which I still laugh about. It's just like him. Hey, no, you're in. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Anthony Anderson.
I know this is mean, but he hasn't been funny since he was fat.
I mean, he's like, hey, you know, like I make your mom and your aunt laugh kind of funny, right? Like you remember me from back in the day when I was fat and then the fucking barbershop movies. You remember that? Let's all remember that. I remember that. Let's remember that. I'm Anthony Anderson.
Well, folks, that has been our Anthony Anderson portion of the show. We're 2 days late from Black History Month, but we're trying to do our part still.
Yep.
Oh, man. So, folks, you have been following the link to wokebusterscomic.com for a while. And if you do so today, you're going to get a nice updated page. Over there, I've added some trading card art, a brand new cover, a new tier. And instead of going to Indiegogo to show it to you, I thought I'd give you something a little more visually. There we go. Something a little different. How's that?
I'm gonna order mine after I have my motherfucking cereal Saturday morning. You bet your ass it's got me pumped, Daddy.
Yeah, I want mine now. Goddammit.
Now, goddammit, now?
Yes.
Well, folks, you can go over to Indiegogo or wokebusterscomic.com. It takes you to the same place. And you can go get the new Wokebusters, the real Wokebusters cartoon cover, illustrated by me with colors by our friend Sirian's, my personal friend, who's a wonderful professional comic illustrator. And so here's the next phase. We're starting to roll things out, get things moving at a quicker pace. It's tax season. We want everyone to get the word out about Wokebusters. So I thought it'd be fun for you guys to have an opportunity to check out this cover, to go back this cover. And if you want, you can go check out the trading card art, which you did get to see in the video. So maybe later on tonight, we'll replay that for everybody. But in the meantime, folks, you can go to get Wokebusters on Indiegogo right now. We're looking to move, I don't know, we got 124 people watching so far. Let's move 20 tonight. So are you guys ready to watch more commercials?
I was born ready, motherfucker.
I wish I had time to make more. I don't, but they were fun. So great. I love when a tab opens up that it's playing the podcast and I can hear myself talk to myself. It doesn't throw me off at all.
Yeah, always bet on black.
So, up first, we're going to talk about housekeeping stuff. So we're going to have a WrestleMania 17 watch party before WrestleMania 38 drops in about a month. So be on the lookout for that. Kendo, Dion, Nick. Well, Nick, not as much because I know Nick, you did watch wrestling pretty hardcore. Do you have the same love of WrestleMania 17 that everyone else does on the show?
I don't think so. I don't. I was still like, it was one of those things, right? We used to watch as a kid, and I didn't really know what everything that was going on all the time. So I just kind of I would like, you know, watch the sidelines and things like that, and kind of like just enjoy what was going on. But yeah, I can't really recall WrestleMania 17.
Were you more of a fan of Juggalo Championship Wrestling?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what that means.
Power bombs. How's that shit work?
It's like that super humming guy. Whoop, whoop. But that's going to be a sloppy night, folks. That's not one of the best. It's the best WrestleMania. It's definitely not the longest anymore because every time they go to Texas, WrestleMania is like 12 hours long. I mean, it's about to start in a few minutes. Kendo, you guys ready? Like WrestleMania in Texas, crazy. But the best show they've ever produced came from the Houston Astrodome on April 1st, 2001. So this year we're going to celebrate the 21st anniversary of that. But in reality, what we're actually celebrating is the fact that finally the Iron Sheik has made it to the ring. Because, folks, at WrestleMania 17, Bobby the Brain Heenan said he'll finally make it to the ring. And this is the year the Iron Sheik makes it. It's been a long walk for Sheiky Baby. A lot of jabronis got in the way, a lot of broken backs, a lot of humbled men. But finally it's happening for the Iron Sheik. So let's make 2022 a very special year here on the channel.
Never forget.
No.
Fuck the Monday.
Oh, Hulk Hogan, make you humble. Now, that's not the only stream we have in the coming days. Folks, we have our Oscar watch party at the end of this month. What does that mean? Well, it's our fifth Oscar watch party. No, fourth, excuse me. What it means is we just rip on the Oscars. We're not here to celebrate Hollywood. We're here to lampoon it. We're not here to praise these celebrities. We're here to raise these celebrities. So what we're going to do this year, folks, is, again, get drunk, get messed up, watch the Oscars, live stream it. And honestly, though, what we do is we pick apart the weird social commentary, the oddly forced social messages, the agendas, the wokeness, all of that stuff. Think of this like a Wokebusters preview event. What is Wokebusters like? Well, it's kind of like this, but on the grand scale. Instead of, talking about wokeness and beating it with logic, we literally shoot the shit out of it in the comic book and blow shit apart. So it's just, a little preview for that. Now, guys, is there anything coming from the Oscars that you're even remotely interested in? This year is like a weird black hole for me in terms of Oscar films. I haven't checked anything out.
I do. Well, one thing is I do love how everybody is up in arms about the Eternals and Spider-Man. Like the Eternals didn't go and Spider-Man doesn't know that. There's like, I love how they don't understand that like the Oscars only want high art. And yes, Spider-Man was a good movie, but it's not like that pretentious high art bullshit that they really love wiping their asses with. And everybody got up in arms about that in the Eternals, and like, of course, the Eternals was never going to be in the Oscars because it's a shit show. But I love how that's everybody's like thing now. It's like, oh, I'm protesting the Oscars because they're not having Spider-Man in there. It's like, good. So 10 less people are going to watch it. Awesome. That's great.
Like the Oscars are dying for other reasons, and until you can stop the problem, which is Hollywood doing this themselves with many different things, people aren't going to tune in for the Oscars. You got to cut out the smugness. You got to cut out the self-aggrandizing. You got to cut out the forced political agendas. Like, look, we go to see movies to watch movies. I don't need, Pierce Brosnan to actually be able to shoot guns and do all that cool shit, but I also don't want Pierce Brosnan to sit and tell me who to vote for in November. And he never does. And so that's what a lot of these actors, they think like, look, Sean Penn.
He is a peen.
Yeah, he is a peen. I hate that fucking guy. Long story though. But Sean Penn played Harvey Milk. Then he wants to sit and talk about politics like he's a real politician. You guys are playing this shit. It's all fake. It's make believe. You're fictional characters.
You know what? I think years of playing pretend has melted their brains to think they're actually those people. They're having they're having the breakdown like Robert Downey Jr. did in what the hell was it?
Oh, Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder. Like they're having that, and that's a breakdown. It's like, well, we're actually these characters, right? Like we're these people. It's like, no, you're fucking. You get money. You get $1 million to play pretend. That's what you do.
Well, it's plus the other side of it is they want to have their cake and eat it too. Like, hey, we're socially conscious and all this shit, but also we want to make $1 billion for our movies, and we want you guys to pay for it, and we want to still be rich and famous while also pretending to be one of you. I think one of the funniest was last year's Oscars. Obviously everything going on with the beer virus, and they're trying to showcase like the health workers, and they're all in their regular fucking work clothes, and every Hollywood actor is in a fucking tux. And if you ever need the accidental Freudian slip of, hey, you guys are important, but you're still not one of us, that was it. That was how funny that fucking was. Just like they have the fucking red carpet, and yeah, they everyone loves I feel bad now. I can't remember the guy's name, but the real flamboyant gay black dude. That dude is hilarious. I love that dude. And he's wearing him and Leslie Odom are wearing gold and shit. But when they go to showcase the people who are really the stars, they're wearing their fucking regular work clothes. It's hilarious. It's absolutely, and they just don't see it. And they did it in this old time, old subway station where they kicked all the homeless people out just to fucking.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, that bullshit.
I mean, like you can't, and we obviously that's one reason why we're doing it again this year, because we had such a fun time going over and discussing it. I know I got to figure out a way to get Hilly Beans involved in it again this year, but you can't write that shit. Like that is fucking hilarious. Those jokes wrote themselves, and you want to save the Oscars, fucking stop taking yourself so seriously and just admit like, hey, we're actors and we haven't been normal in a long time. We're gonna stop pretending like we are. You guys aren't like us. Plain and fucking simple. We don't have $100,000 outfits on. We've got, obviously, to you guys, we have our fucking work clothes on all the time. So it's awesome, man. I a part of me doesn't want them to save the Oscars because they're just gonna stand there with a surprise Pikachu face. Why is nobody watching?
I'm not gonna watch the Oscars as a form of protest personally against all the female directors that don't get nominated.
Yeah, stick it to him, Kendo.
Oh my god, I love that so much. That made me so happy in 2019. When
has her production studio had a female director since then?
Natalie Portmanteau. And also I love her like expensive, quiet fucking protesting where she's like, I'm gonna wear a scarf with the female director's name stitched into it in gold that nobody can see but me. And that's going to be my form of protest. It's like, bitch, why don't you fucking say something? Actually, be the change you want to see in the world, bitch. Do that. Okay, do that.
Now, speaking of change, we have a person asking about the change. Chuck, no, this is not a permanent change. Tonight is just a Wednesday episode. I have to be out of town tomorrow, and I didn't want to miss an episode of the show, so that's why we're doing it tonight. But folks, we'll be back to the normal time, because if we didn't broadcast normally, then this button wouldn't work.
Smooth jam.
Yeah,
7.9.
that has such Adult Swim vibes to it. I fucking love it.
Oh yes, it does.
Okay, that immediately changed.
That's my new goal, to get Buffalo Jeff on an Adult Swim cartoon. He's like your friendly neighborhood serial killer. That's the fucking goal.
I don't know, man. You guys come down to Atlanta for a weekend in August, and we can shoot the fucking fake trailer.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Thank you, Chuck. I have. It's called intermittent fasting. I've been living a much cleaner lifestyle, so that's the secret to all of it. Now, let's start talking about tonight's episode because, folks, we have a lot of exciting things to talk about. But one more thing about Horror Hound. Come hang out with us. Yeah, when you buy a ticket to the show, you have access to all the wonderful stuff. But become a part of the second floor crew like Dr. Coffin Nail, Superfan Adam Shawhan, and the rest. Because what it is you come hang out with us. We're the epitome of pop culture, and we just have a lot of fun. If you've ever been to the Star Wars celebration up in Chicago, we kind of take that party every city we go to. So if you're in the Indianapolis area or Cincinnati, which is where Horror Hound will be this year, that's what's up with us. So always be a part of the WCPS crew because it's a lot of fun. And sometimes I buy the first round, but I'm not promising anything this time. So,
excuse me, miss, two more scotch and sodas.
Thank you, Mikey. Oh man, dude, when I was a kid and I first saw Beverly Hills Cop, I was just so like sad when Mikey got shot. I'm like, oh no, this guy that I like is dead. What are we gonna do now?
Yeah, man. There was a what was it? Fucking someone had a blog post. Maybe it was an Ask Reddit, and I think the question was, who is the in your mind in movies, who's the best vision of a badass that's not the traditional set of a badass? And I said Mikey from Beverly Hills Cop, man, 100%. I was just like, yo, that dude shows up. He's clearly the fuck up of his friends, and he shows up to see his best friend to show him, to impress him. So much so that he tells him how he feels about him, and then when he doesn't know who just jumped his best friend, he jumps excellent. He goes to get into a fight, and and it's not until he realizes that it's fucking Zach that he's like, oh fuck. But he was willing to get beat down with his best buddy. So Mikey is, if you ever needed an example, Hollywood, while you're, reminding us that we're not you, of how to quickly establish a character, watch the beginning of Beverly Hills Cop, dude. It's masterfully done.
Yeah, good bullet catcher, that Mikey Tandino.
Yeah. Well, if you watch closely, it went right through his mouth. But hey, in all joking, you can actually see like the flash pop of the gun behind his mouth, so it looks like it shoots through his mouth. It's extra brutal. Now, oh god, I am really dreading talking about this first topic tonight. So let me just get the news up here, and we will start. Because guys, something from our childhood is, I don't know. It's not even childhood. It's just a deeper level. Like we're about to lose something that I never thought we'd lose because the guy's dead. The boys, how do we feel about Dr. Seuss?
Staple of my childhood, man.
Yeah, man.
I love those books.
Racist. At least that's what I heard.
Well, you would know, Kendo. You would know.
Yeah. Especially with that
folks,
swirl.
We're gonna be talking about white privilege a lot tonight, folks. Not really. Don't worry. We're not that kind of show.
So Ken's gonna do a lot of grandstanding and speeches.
Yeah, hot dogging and grandstanding. Oh yeah.
Okay.
If there's anybody that would know about it, it would definitely be me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this story does come from Kendo. New Dr. Seuss-inspired books are coming with an emphasis on inclusion.
Oh,
boys,
Jesus.
are we excited for the more inclusive Dr. Seuss books?
I mean,
we're not. I know
weren't they already kind of doing that?
Yeah, I mean those animals and creatures don't fucking exist, so I don't see how like there's a problem with it.
Right.
I get
mean,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of cats and hats in my day.
You need to quit doing LSD, Kendo. Just stop. Man.
Right.
It's a hell of a drug.
Wait till the weekend for that shit.
Yeah, man.
Nah,
All them sneeches.
Yeah, because I mean, like you the green eggs and ham, like, who, come on, man, come on.
St. Patrick's Day, bruh.
That's a good point.
That book was an allegory for Irish acceptance after the potato famine, probably.
Oh, the places you'll go.
Sure. We'll take that. That's fine.
Sure. So this story is new today. It says new books are coming to the wide Dr. Seuss canon, and new creators are taking the reins from the late children's author to write stories that reflect Seussian whimsy and the diversity of his readership. Now, I would just like to stop there for a moment and say, Dion, like me, the way he would describe Dr. Seuss is big part of his childhood. Same here. I didn't know what Dr. Seuss looked like. I didn't know his name was Ted Geisel. Honestly, as a kid, I thought for a minute Dr. Seuss was the Cat in the Hat. That was the thing. It was like, that's the only book we had that was Dr. Seuss from the beginning. I was like, okay, blah, blah, blah. Learned that quickly. But the point is, this is stupid because what you're trying to achieve has already been achieved. Like, what is it? Young Ripa says, no more dragons to slay. Dr. Seuss was diverse. Dr. Seuss was taught in every school. Dr. Seuss went hand in hand with childhood. Only now do stupid people twisted it and made the world to where Dr. Seuss needs to be refined and censored and altered because of the new climate we live in. Like, when did this fucking change?
Well, I mean, and one thing I love is we're proving that he affected many groups because we all know it from all of our childhoods. So like he did what he I guess I don't know if he set out to, but you know, it happened. So you won. Things are over. Why are we getting new books again? Like, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, and overall, you know, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's like, hey, you know, you want to be more inclusive. I get that. That overall, it's a good thing. But it's like you can have that as a goal and also realize that the books already did that. Like that was the moral story of so many of the books already, was to not judge people based on looks or to be judgmental with first impression and to be good to one another and to, you know, enjoy your childhood and all this other shit and to be nice. And, you know, so again, I understand, you know, bless their heart, I guess, so to speak, you know, but it's just like, come on, you can't keep trying to reinvigorate something by just repeating what you already heard or what's already been established as the fucking mission. So it just comes off as disingenuous. So you hear this already. It's like, yo, that's, I mean, are we going to pretend that wasn't what the books were because some parts of him people don't fucking like all of a sudden we have to have authors and stuff be perfect examples of people all the fucking time? Like, is that the fucking bar now? So it's just weird, man. It's just so fucking weird.
It is, and like it's weird because it seems like anything before 2015 is like, you know, not perfect and not inclusive enough and never happened, and you know we don't talk about it. This is not a thing, you know. So it's fucking weird.
It is.
I was gonna say I'm holding in my hand. I tried to turn the camera on, but for some reason when I do that, it cuts off my devices and kicks me off the panel. I don't know why. This computer needs to take a quick fly against the wall. But The first thing I bought for my child is a 5-pack of Dr. Seuss books. The Cat in the Hat, Hop on Pop, he better fucking not. One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, Fox and Socks, and Green Eggs and Ham. Because when I was a kid, one of my happiest times was reading Dr. Seuss books with my grandfather, because I also got Go Dog Go at home too, and stuff like that. So I saw those at the store, and it was like $20 for all 5 of them. I'm like, I'm buying this because I want him to be able to read these too, because I enjoyed these as a kid. And if I can get the ones that have been banned, I would like to have those too for no other reason other than to complete the set.
It's fucking dumb. Also, one of my best friends is an author, and he's a white guy, and for some reason, none of his books are being able to get picked up because he's a white guy.
Self-published.
Yeah.
I've told him that he doesn't want to, really doesn't. But it's kind of like I've known him for over 10 fucking years. He's a good dude, and just because he's a straight white male, like they're like, no, we want the black lesbians to write books all the time now. None of your shit anymore. It's like, he's a good writer. I bought one of his books and had him fucking sign it. Like, he's a good dude.
Straight white guys are they're persona non grata these days. That's why I married an Asian woman.
Good power play, Kendo.
Yeah,
that's
be like, look.
A lot of follow-up questions there.
Yeah. If this picture of my friends isn't enough, here's my family.
Yeah.
Not my other family. The one that I chose.
Right.
But it's so weird because, like, I've read he let me read his transcripts, and like the other books he's written, he's got like 12 on his computer, and they're all really fun and really good, but like nobody wants them. It's fucking weird. Like, they bought one of his like 5 years ago, but never again for some reason.
Isn't that sad though? What? What should we
say?
do?
You have the guy change his name, and it's like a Soul Man type of thing, and he just puts this like generic, not white guy picture at the back of his book and just change his name, and then just send that in to see about getting it published.
I actually offered to you. I was like, you can use my picture for the back of your book. I was like, I will allow that. You can use my picture for the back of your book and call yourself whatever you want.
That's like the new thing that they have to do nowadays. Like, white writers are going to have to not just have a pen name, but they're going to have like a pen picture too.
Yeah.
Like a whole pen profile.
It's like, I will take headshots for you. You use my face and whatever name you want to. And, you move forward.
I'll tell you an idea I have off air that I've written down extensively. Okay. This sounds like a story I wrote. Now, since this is topical, our friend David Williams sends in a very generous $20 super chat. He says, you guys are my favorite show. Well, thank you, David. But he wanted to say that I also just self-published my first book, Order the Griffin, Under the Rose. It's available on Amazon. High dark fantasy with no woke horseshit. Keep up the great shows. Well, David, thank you very much. I did pull this up, though, folks, to check this out if you guys want to see it over here. This is the book right here. By our friend David. Order the Griffin, Under the Rose. It's a hardcover book. There's also a paperback, and you can get it on Kindle as well. So we talk about wanting to make products, wanting to make art, wanting to do stuff, and that's what we're doing. That's what David's doing. So, folks, don't let crap like what's happening to Nick's friend happen to the world because, oh, this white guy can't tell a story because he's white. Yeah, but that could be the next great story. Think of it like this. If that was the thought process in 1970, whatever, George Lucas couldn't have made Star Wars. Oh, he couldn't have started with American Graffiti. He couldn't have started small. Like, that mentality is killing the world. It's choking the life out of human interaction. And it's really siphoning off the next great story from getting made. Like, we're losing out so much by being so self-referential and so self-aware. Like, these assholes are just ruining it for everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And
you got to find balance. You got to find balance. There's nothing wrong with wanting to see other creations from other creators from different perspectives. That's all awesome, but you have to find the balance where it's like, hey, we can't purposefully tell a group of up and coming artists, no, you're not invited to the party, because in a way that's the same shit that we're trying to undo. So you have to be able to straddle the line, especially coming from my perspective. I'm straight consumer, man. I'm not out there, putting pen to paper. I'm not out there writing and coming up with stories. I like reading them and watching them and hearing them and seeing them. And again, don't get me wrong, it's better for the world that we all are more inclusive. But you gotta that you have to be the what the word means. You can't say it and then go against this ideal that you're apparently very aggressive about. There's nothing wrong with trying to learn new things, but at the same time, you can't decide, oh, okay, this group is persona non grata. You guys, we're gonna put more shit in front of you without acknowledging, how the system works. So it's just, you got to find balance, man. There's got to be a type of balance. Right now, we don't have that yet, and that's why we got shit like Ghostbusters and this gentleman's self-published stuff.
Now
Wait,
I
wait,
realize
hold on, Dan. You mean you never just you never just go straight to the section of Barnes Noble that's the black female quadriplegic trans section? Just look at the two books that are sitting there and just try to figure out which one to get.
I usually try to, but right above it is just like this invisible force field of a ceiling. I can't remember what it's called, but it'll come to me in a
is it made of glass?
very quite possibly.
Is it by chance dirty? Should they clean it?
Now, guys, speaking of balance and things that are dirty, I forgot to read the word of the day. So, folks, now that we got a lot of people here, I'm going to read all the super chats, starting in a moment. But our friend SH Rebels 08, is that who came up with the word of the day? I believe it is. No. Yes, it is. The word of the day is bunghole. Star Wars: The Last Bunghole. Debbie does bunghole, and there will be bunghole. So, folks, we've been seeing a lot of bungholes in the chat. Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, and make sure you guys are hitting that like button so we can be seen by more people and more people can enjoy the show like you guys are.
Yeah. Got a lot of people that are telling us how much they love tonight's episode. So, folks, help out, spread the word, and we'll keep on keeping on. We love doing what we're doing. So, we're going to talk about AEW's big announcement later. We're aware of what's going on. At least I'm aware of what's going on. The closer I get to WrestleMania, I'm always following the big stories. But I wanted to bring this up real quick. That the new Law and Order is going to be tackling MeToo and changes in police work. And the reason I wanted to bring this to your attention is I know we're not that kind of a channel where we talk about a lot of dramas, procedural dramas at all. We talk about geek culture and movies and other stuff, games, more on the fringe of entertainment, but across all. But I noticed last season on the show called The Rookie, where they tried to, let's just use the phrase, make it more woke or whatever you want to say. I'm trying to come up with a better word. Socially conscious, that's not the right word, because what society are you reflecting? Whatever you want to say, they tried to make it more agenda-driven, and it shit the bed royally. And so I don't think these shows work well when they try to be too cutting edge. Because Law & Order, all the shows seem to be they're all very similar, and they all run right into each other. They're kind of just samey for middle America. Do you think they're going to not necessarily, you can't really disrespect the Law & Order brand because there's like 500 spinoffs, but do you think they're going to alienate people by going this route and trying to make it this topical?
I mean, listen, it again, it's one of those things about balance, right? Like, don't get me wrong. The idea of holding people accountable, in the industry who use their power, specifically against, women, that's a good thing. At the same time, a show like Law and Order, the show is clearly bought into the gimmick. So the gimmick is always just doing what is topical for the moment, and that can become very problematic, particularly when it comes off as disingenuous. And again, Law and Order's been around for so long, fucking coming back. It's fucking in its 89th goddamn season. Dick Wolf still needs to I guess supply his coke habit or whatever. But it's my concern is doing it legitimately. If you're doing Me Too, are you actually being objective about it, or are you trying to get points to get people to watch the show? That's where it gets fucking problematic. And at this point in the game, I do not think that NBC has the writing ability to do so, especially with all these fucking shows coming out. They've got that new one where what's her name from the really good dark-haired, good-looking woman, where she's the fucking master manipulator, terrorist or whatever, and the other woman is the FBI agent. They don't have a lot of the tact to get the message across without coming off as, hey, watch our show, we're doing the flavor of the month. And I just don't believe that NBC has what it takes anymore.
Now, they're quoted as saying it's an enormous opportunity for the writers with the way things are in this country today, said Watterson. There's a lot of attention around issues having to do with law enforcement, the application of law that's fair, and that's what's right. But Law and Order could have been brought up for today. And so They don't seem to be shying away from one of the big questions. My hope is people will go back merrily thumbing their shoes at the television set out of. Well, I don't care about that part. But look, I get that Law and Order rips from headlines. I get what Law and Order does. I guess, long story short, headlines are so full of shit. So Law and Order is going to be ripping from something compromised. So it's like the well has been poisoned. Now you're just going to take a sip, Dick.
So it's every week is going to be a story about some woman at Starbucks who thought some guy was, trying to grab her, but he just wanted to get his wallet out of his pants. Like that's what it's going to be. That's every week. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait for that.
Yeah. That's a shame too. I can't believe that show. One, I can't believe it's still on because it's been going on forever. And two, that they've got all these different iterations of it that, are still alive. It's like, I don't know, as a kid, I used to like that show a lot. Made me want to become a lawyer. And then I got to high school, fucked around, and well, that was that. So, but anyway, it's a procedural show. The whole idea of the show is supposed to show you how the cops operate and how the legal team works. Now it's all like, we're going to talk about society at the same time. It's like, yo, you were doing that before. You were just being subtle. Now you're going to heavy hand it, and people are going to catch on to that stuff real quick. And as for the Dick Wolf and his coke habit, one of his right-hand man on several of the shows was named Speed Weed. So that should just tell you everything you need to know.
You know what? They need to jump to the future and be Law and Order space law. Just go ahead and do that. Just do that, please. Yeah. Because that would be a lot more fun than what we're getting right now. Yeah, that'd be way more fun than what we have right now.
Oh man, I miss Ice-T's version of Law and Order. Ice-T and isn't he just more of an actor than a rapper at this point?
Yeah, dude's fucking almost 60. As far as I know, SVU is still on.
It is.
Mariska Hargitay, she's definitely damn near reaching GILF territory. So but that as far as I know, that one's still on. I haven't watched it in fucking years. I don't think I've watched it since D2 was born. But
that's a lot of years.
Yeah, that's a long time, man. And listen, especially as wrestling fans, and that's why I say it all the fucking time. That's why wrestling is the best thing on television, because so much of this shit has been done, and there is a danger in buying into your own gimmick, man. When you get too into the gimmick. And again, like Kendall said, Law and Order has been addressing that shit for literally decades now. So now to kind of come on like, yeah, we're gonna tackle MeToo. It's like, again, I get what some people may be intending, but again, NBC's doing this to put asses in seats. They don't, as I say it all the time, major networks don't fucking care, and you have to be very careful, following and adhering to what major networks want to get across, because again, they're not us. They're not like the rest of us, and you just have to be careful.
Yeah. Well, I won't be surprised if Law and Order gets 12 more seasons, but I'll be surprised if I watch a single one of them.
Well, by the way, Dion, that new show that NBC has is called The End Game.
Yeah, The End Game.
Yeah, here's the description of it, by the way. When international arms dealer and criminal mastermind Elena Ferdano orchestrates 7 simultaneous New York City bank heists, principled and relentless agent Val Turner vows to take her down. An outcast in the bureau, Val soon learns that she'll have to use clues from her own complicated past to try to decipher Elena's cryptic games. However, as the mystery starts to unravel and chilling secrets are revealed, Val begins to question her own sense of justice, and when it becomes clear that nothing is as it seems.
That sounded wonderful. I want to watch that show.
So that show's supposed to last more than one season.
Yeah.
What are things that won't happen for 500, Alex?
God, dude.
Right.
It sounds so overly fucking complicated. So overly complicated.
Yeah, man. They tried to give J-Lo a show, now that shit worked out.
Well, I can't wait to watch The Cleaning Lady.
The Cleaning Lady?
Starring Elodie Young. Oh, God.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, this one, this doesn't sound fun at all. Like, I don't care for this. Like, as soon as I read that description, I was like, this does not sound like something I want to watch. And mind you, Morena Baccarin, she's fucking hot. And I'm just like, I'm not going to watch her every week for however long this show lasts. I don't care.
I love Morena Baccarin. I just don't want to commit to that too. Like,
Yeah.
stick with Deadpool 3. Look at Firefly. Literally anything else you're in, I'm there for. She's one of those.
Yeah, she
actresses
played
I'm
she
just
played
like,
an escort in Firefly. Great role. Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, and she was awesome in Deadpool. It's like cool. I don't need to watch you for the next season and a half. I'm fine.
Nick, do us a favor. Pick a number between 1 and 69, sir.
48.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Uncle Ben.
All right. So let's check in with the audience here because we have a couple requests. So this one comes from our friend Caesar Jorpin, who asks for a combo, please. Well, Cesario Japan, as I normally say. Of course, here comes your combo right about
Who are you? What are you doing here and where are my horses?
Dion, now this is what they really want. They really want me and you to watch our favorite horsewomen. No, Dion, how does it make you feel to watch and learn?
I hate you.
Hey, you know what I feel weird about are the people that just walked in mid-horse clip and they're like, what the fuck?
You know what? I thought
People started listening like a week ago. They're like, "What's going on? What is this?"
Yeah, for a second there, Jeff, I thought you had recorded a new horse clip with your voice over it, and I was like, "Oh, this sick motherfucker."
No.
I didn't have time for that, but next week anything is possible.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, he's really trying to make Dion crawl up the walls all the time now.
Oh, dude, it's like that scene in The Exorcist, except you know how she goes down the stairs? That's what I want Dion to do, just up the wall. A fucking spider crawl.
Oh my god.
What will he shriek at himself like he did during It too?
Yep. that. Oh my god. What do you consider our best horror hound? Because each horror hound has had a really unique, memorable experience around it. And I think Dion shrieking out of sheer terror is September 2019's best moment.
Yeah, dude, that whole horror hound was filled with great moments. The rapping at the table that got us moved, the excitement at being told we were going to be sitting next to the blue Power Ranger, only to find out it wasn't that one. Dion shrieking at It too. Let's see, Lape bashing his head against the desk multiple times that he was sleeping under for reasons we're not sure of. Dion's phone going off at fucking 4:30 in the morning, and Jeff and I both sitting up and giving each other a look that in the dark we didn't know what was on each other's face, but we could tell what was the look was on each other's face and hoping it would go away. And it just Bulk and Skull damn theme just kept going and going and going and going. And no matter how much we went, Dion, he never responded, and the only response we got was Lape mumbling something and banging his head against the table because for some reason he insisted on sleeping with his head under the desk and insisted on sitting straight up in bed like a fucking comedy movie. It was a great weekend overall.
Well, also remember the the wedding party that came through the lobby we were just kind of chilling at.
Oh, I forgot about that shit.
And they left like some fucking $150 bottle of whiskey or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that time. That was the first time we were in Indianapolis.
Was it the first time? Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right,
that was the first time.
Yeah, they left it really because like we sat there for a minute and we're just like they just left it like on a table and they walked off to go go to the elevator and go back upstairs. We waited like 10 minutes, maybe more like 8.5, and then we grabbed it.
Yeah, I missed that part because I went back up to the room to go to the bathroom and I went and sat down on the little couch pull-out bed that I didn't realize was a pull-out bed for the first 2 nights we were there. And then was just like, do I really want to walk all the way back there? No, I'm just going to lay here and play on my phone. And I had a good time too.
So our first one comes from our friend, or after that one, sorry. We have Jada Becca, who says, maybe by myself, but I don't like the new intro. The old countdown with the chill was better. Just saying. Well, that was the generic StreamYard one that I hate. That music, it just... Hearing that music reminded me of a bunch of just like, oh God, here we go. Hey, where are we at?
Jeff, I hear you twice.
Yeah, me too. It's weird. Am I in a mirror universe?
You're in the Matrix.
I
Ready,
don't know. I don't know. Snap your fingers and see what happens.
Not much. But thank you, Jada Becca. SH Rebels 08 says, I'll take a Joe Rogan high as fuck in a motorcycle. Well, as you know, Nick, I need you to send me that link.
Oh, God. Yeah, I keep fucking forgetting. I
gotta make a button, but here we go, folks.
Imagine if you gave a white supremacist 5-MeO DMT, and then as the first one, as they're exhaling,
Yeah.
What a rush!
Oh, Joe.
Classic.
We're gonna get to talk about him in just a minute. I'm gonna take a moment to pull up the motorcycle, and I'll get back to that one. SH Rebels 08. Motorlicious says that 80s Wokebusters intro made me stay puffed in my pants. Well, Motorlicious, thank you for those kind words. It's fun making this stuff. I'm gonna revamp the entire channel and give us fun. Now, Dion and Nick, you guys weren't here last night, but I was playing around with this master debate layout. Check out this background. Isn't that cool?
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, it's nice and mellow. It reminds me very much of our Adult Swim Toonami vibe.
Yep.
We could even play some music in the background and, just kind of hang out here on air. These are the dulcet tones of World Class Bullshitters Radio. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll become the Howard Stern Show next season.
Listen. I need a subwoofer and a porn star. Okay, this needs to happen.
You can get the porn
too many
star.
movies.
You have both. You're the one that has both.
This is true.
I'm in the valley. You have the porn stars.
But all the porn is made in the valley, Jeff. What are you doing?
Look, I was going to Shake Shack one day, and I'm pretty sure that was Danny Daniels on the street corner. But you still have access to porn.
Oh, working her other job.
Yeah, she was doing DoorDash. Things are rough. Okay, things are rough.
If she can't make enough money doing what she does, goddamn, the economy is tanked.
Well, I just saw that gas out there is like $6.50 a gallon or some shit. So
I ain't paying that shit, dude. I drove my car across the country in August. I have driven so little that I've only filled up my car once, and that was in 2021. I drive it around locally, but I ain't taking that shit out. It's a fucking nightmare to drive. I can walk everywhere, have stuff delivered. I'm avoiding those problems. I work from home. Everything's here. Why the fuck am I going to spend all that money to drive around and do what? Go to the beach?
True. That's true.
No.
Oh, man.
Hot Cheeto 69 says, "Hey guys, sorry I've been helping my family find their missing daughter. But was also shot at also shot on my way at work. I'm okay, but shit's been fucked. Yeah, you got to be careful out there, Hot Cheetos.
Damn, things are yeah, man. That's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot.
In all seriousness, do you live in Florida? Because it would make sense.
Or possibly Detroit.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Hot Cheetos, thank you very much. Again, says Bunghole Johnson's the last bunghole. So, folks, the word of the day from SH Rebels 08 is bunghole. So, yeah. What's a good clear and present bunghole? That's my favorite bunghole.
12 angry bungholes.
Bunghole 1, 2, 3.
That just sounds like a porno. Would you watch Planet of the Bungholes?
It depends on who's the main star.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan, the actor.
Who's his co-star? Jerry Lewis?
Yeah, Cinderella himself. Hot Cheeto 69 again says Beavis and Butthead do bungholes. They wish they could do bungholes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on the panel, let's try this for fun. Dion, Nick, Kendo, I'll start with you, Dion. Give me your best Beavis and or Butthead voice.
I'm Corn Julio.
Nick?
Bunghole.
Kendo?
Hey, Butthead. Hey, Butthead. What? Dude, check it out. Check it out. Shut up, Beavis.
Hey, baby. I love that show so much.
Well, is it like isn't it coming back or something like that? They're doing they're doing new seasons or some shit soon. And we're
Yeah,
gonna
it's coming back.
What we
It's like an
should
every
do-
10 years thing now.
How about this year for sure? We'll do a drunk commentary of Beavis and Butthead Do America. I watched it. It's on Pluto TV all the time. So at night I was like, "Oh, Beavis and Butthead's on. Fuck yeah!" We did. Oh God, sorry. The new super chat popped up. We'll talk about that in a moment. Primer says if Dr. Seuss isn't writing the books, they don't count. Well, Primer, I won't buy any Dr. Seuss books because he's been dead since '91. So, like The Grinch, all the classics, yeah, no problem. I'm not gonna cut myself off or the next generation from reading those classics. But I also wouldn't mind taking the step to go to a bookstore that's like a half-price bookstore where people have sold back good quality copies, and therefore I'm not actually feeding the beast. So I can get my Dr. Seuss fix by supporting, a local business, not the Dr. Seuss Corporation. If you want to take that approach, you can. It's a little more tiresome, but you get your results and you get what you want.
Yeah, and usually those half-price bookstores are mom and pop owned. So I mean, you're doing a good service in that aspect.
Doing God's work.
Yeah.
So let's jump back over to the main show. Do we have a nice button that'll be a nice transition? No. Kendo, pick a button.
27.
There you go.
Classic.
The pick looks like Eugene Levy. So let's start talking about what's up next. Sometimes in life, you think you want something, and then you're about to get it, and you realize you never really wanted it. And that's the case with Beetlejuice 2. Because if you're a Beetlejuice fan, you've known the long, historied production hell that was Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, the initial sequel to Beetlejuice that was supposed to be released in 1992, I believe. It is now 30 years past 1992 to 2022. I would put myself up there as one of the biggest Beetlejuice fans on the planet. I ain't getting that shit tattooed on my body because I don't do tattoos, but we got a fucking sandworm applique sticking out of the wall. We still haven't taken it down from Halloween. Blu-rays, action figures, dolls, costume. Well, I don't have a costume, but fucking t-shirts and shit. I love Beetlejuice. But for God's sakes, that shit's done. I know it's a ghost with the most. He could come back and look a different way. But there's no interest in Beetlejuice anymore from a guy that fucking loves Beetlejuice. I'll pop that shit on any day of the week. But I don't think you can convince me to go see this movie. Let's start talking about this because a weird guy is involved with bringing Beetlejuice 2 to the screen. Have you guys heard about who is responsible?
No. I'm going to guess either Tim Burton or LeVar Burton.
You're really close on LeVar Burton, but just think a little, I don't know, whiter. The answer is Brad Pitt. So
Sorry,
let's
what?
Wait, hold on.
Guess.
Here we go. Let me tell you guys what's up. Brad Pitt's production company, Plan B, has boarded Beetlejuice 2. Deadline confirmed.
There's a lot of aborted projects in his company.
Oh my god. How are you a Hollywood fucking like legacy celebrity and you make your production company name Plan B? Like what the fuck is wrong with you?
Come on, man.
Starting next week, we're rebranding. We're now World Class Durex.
I kind of like that.
If we can get some endorsements, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send the product to you guys because I don't use it. So whatever. Nick, it's actually going all to you.
Yeah, you're the only one that would require it.
Fine. I'll call up some friends to help me out, and I'll report back with reviews.
I'll just come to Atlanta to visit all the strip clubs with you. They'll be used in a weekend.
There you go.
Now, the sequel for Beetlejuice remains in early development with the script yet to be written. No other attachments have been disclosed at this time. Michael Keaton had a career resurgence 10 years ago with Birdman and has stayed relevant and maybe even bigger now than he ever was. I'm pretty sure he's game to do this, but I don't want this movie. And if he comes back to play Batman and it doesn't work and they still go forward with this, do you think it's going to not kill the return of Michael Keaton, but it'll be kind of a 1-2 punch of your two most iconic characters don't work anymore. You should just go back to being Michael Keaton and not be Batman or not be Beetlejuice. I hope that doesn't happen.
I don't think it'll kill him, but it definitely is gonna be another. I think people will take it as another example of someone just trying to stay relevant when shit that didn't work out. And don't get me wrong, not every attempt's gonna be a fucking, a home run, but I really don't want him to make this return to these characters and they fucking suck. I got faith in him being Batman again. How that shit goes, but 30 years after its initial planned release, it just screams of trying too hard and basing your shit on name brand recognition, and it's just that shit never works out that well.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we're missing an opportunity here. We could have the sequel we've always wanted from the movie, the movie that we actually love. Can we not get Multiplicity 2?
Yeah, that'd be a great movie.
Yeah, can we not get that? I mean, you have like 5 different Michael Keatons, like all varying characters, and they're older now and dealing with being older. That would be fucking hilarious. Why don't we have that movie?
Because somebody in the universe hates us.
That I believe. That I wholeheartedly believe.
This is alternate 1985 where Biff is corrupt and powerful and married to your mother. Get used to it.
No. But like I watched it the other night and I was like, why didn't they make this? Why didn't they make a part 2 out of this one? Because that would be like fucking hilarious. And I'm sure it took them like 4 years to make the first one because of just like the lack of technology. They could shoot the new one in like a weekend.
Was Multiplicity directed by Ivan Reitman?
I don't know.
I believe so.
Oh my god.
Look it up real quick. No, Harold Ramis. I knew it was somebody related to Ghostbusters. All right. Maybe we'll do a commentary for that towards the end of the year. It comes
Such a good movie. Did you bring me a monkey?
So, dude, like watching it recently, like it's fucking seamless. It is ridiculous to see how good the CG is, and there's no seams or anything, and like it's just insane to watch, man. It really is.
The only thing notable about Multiplicity to me is it was a videotape we had that didn't work. So it would start to play and then it went black, and it wasn't like a bootleg copy or something we pirated because we didn't do that. It just didn't work. So we just never finished. We're like, well, he bought it. It didn't work. Never tried it again.
Dude, most of the movies I watched as a kid were all bootleg. We had bootleg satellite, and we just kept recording shit off of HBO. So we had a bunch of recorded tapes. That's it.
You guys, it's so weird because as a fan, you're made to feel and even sound a little ungrateful when you go, why are we getting this and that when everybody seems to want all their favorite stuff to come back? But you're using the wrong properties and franchises. Beetlejuice is this perfect thing. What it is, it came, it went. They had the cartoon that followed the film, and now Beetlejuice is a Halloween merchandise darling. Every year, Beetlejuice is a part of the holiday, like Freddy Krueger, like Michael Myers, Jason, all of these other characters. Beetlejuice is in the lexicon. Just too late. I mean, he caught on. He's already a part of culture. What does Beetlejuice 2, Going Hawaiian, Electric Boogaloo, whatever you want to call it, what does it actually add to the Beetlejuice legacy? Is there actually demand for a Beetlejuice universe? This is going to be circumstance and corporate bullshit.
Even if there is like demand for the universe, if there wasn't, I mean, and also there also is demand now for the universe when there wasn't when the cartoon, which is amazing. The cartoon is how the cartoon holds up, and it's a wonderful cartoon. It really is. It's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And then you didn't get any like they didn't get any notes for that, and the movie if the movie did so well, why didn't you just like go ahead and greenlight a part 2? What happened? What was the thing that stopped that? Because I mean, like they have a good window of like 5 years to make a part 2, and then people will forget about it and not care about it anymore. But they didn't grab it. Now they want to wait. I don't know, 35 years, maybe 40 years to make a part 2. Like why even do that now? Why even like attempt the idea? It doesn't make sense.
Nope. And folks, we'll see if it actually is successful or not. I'm gonna go with no. Beetlejuice 2, too little, too late. And I want to be wrong. We'll find out together. Guys, we're in the middle of something kind of weird. in the world. There's Russia, Ukraine, all sorts of stuff going on. But I wanted to know if you guys agree with this statement. Hear me out for a moment. LGBT plus rights are the most important values and hard-won freedoms distinguishing us from Russian President Vladimir Putin, says Richard Moore, director of MI6, the UK Secret Service.
No. In fact, the reason why they're able to do the things they are is because they're focused on a different type of mentality for their country. You can't say, oh, we're winning because we're more inclusive and we care about everybody's feelings, to the guy that's like, I don't care who you are, I'm going to bomb you.
I mean, like I said, it's definitely, I wouldn't get in the business of trying to overly simplify.
This is retarded, dude. Like,
MI6. But MI6 is supposed to be one of the top secret agencies in the world, and like intelligence gathering and things like that. No, 100%.
Right.
Intelligence gathering, things like that. But like, this is the most unintelligible statement I've ever heard. Like,
listen, it's a good thing to treat people who are LGBTQ plus and everything else under the rainbow like people. That's
100%,
superbly
100%.
important. Like,
100%.
Let's not get that shit twisted at all.
Yeah.
That all being said, we're not. That's not the reason why we're better than fucking Russia. Utilizing your standing in the government to enrich yourself is probably also part of that. So trying to simplify the differences is a very dangerous fucking habit to get into. And, and again, like I said, they deserve all the rights, man. But that's, that you're not winning potential wars with that only in mind. It's a complicated fucking thing.
That whole statement sounds an awful lot like, we're not going to win by killing what we don't like. We're going to win by saving what we love, or whatever the fuck that dumb bitch character said.
Right.
Now,
oh my god.
Now, I feel bad for the UK because there's a little more. I just wanted to share this with you guys because this story caught my attention because James Bond is my favorite fictional character. Vauxhall Cross, that building, that's where MI6 is. This is all real life shit. This is what, honestly, I'm trying to prove a point. If they reboot James Bond, this is the MI6 he works for if he works in the modern era. This is the future of 007 because they want to make it more like the real world. Watch those Daniel Craig movies. This is the real world. The real world is a parody now because the United Kingdom Intelligence Service, and this document has been verified, there's a new report. They're telling fucking spies to refrain from using such words as strong, grip, manpower. Because these would
it's not manpower anymore, it's people power. Just like you don't say force anymore, it's too aggressive. It's service.
Thanks, Nicholas Angel. Calm down.
Thanks, Johnny.
It's a weird time to be alive. It's a weird time to be alive.
So you're a spy in the field. I need some people power. Like that's what you say over the radio, or the secret message you send over your secured thingy. Like, how is this helping anybody?
To a strong defense? Like, or you're falling off of a ladder. I can't get a good hand hold thingy on this ladder. I'm not enough power in myself enough. There's a reason why grip and strong exist. Okay, we're not the Germans. We don't put 17 fucking words together to explain one thing.
I mean, listen, they're it's pretty silly. It's just one of those things where it's like this is what we're focusing on. This is and hey, like I said, I'm not a fucking expert in the intelligence community workplace, but it just seems like I doubt that that's something that they're struggling with, across their workforce. It's a weird thing to fucking get worked up about.
Well, I mean, and like I think they're putting out this memo because they have nothing to do, because like any kid can go on the internet and access the dark web and find out whatever the fuck they need. Like, they don't need to really leave the office anymore to find out anything. So there's a bunch of people on computers like finding shit out. That's all it is now. There's no more spying. There's no nothing. They're just like, if they want to really find somebody and look at what they're doing, they point a satellite, look at them, and just focus in until the image becomes clearer. That's all they do now. Like everything can be done from a phone or a computer. Like, there's no need to actually leave the office.
I'm so excited for the future of spy films. Like James Bond used to worry about the world on the brink of nuclear destruction, and now, oh my God, James Bond has to go into the middle of an international incident because someone used the wrong pronoun, and now Russia or China is going to blow up Fiji because the Fiji president said him, her instead of they, X,
They,
or
them.
whatever the hell it goes.
I am so looking forward to the new James Bond movie, the reboot with probably Monica Rambeau, or whatever the fuck that lady's name really is James Bond. And James Bond, words hurt. Coming summer 2024.
Oh God.
The
Words
future
cut
of
deep.
entertainment.
Words cut deep, or some shit like that. That's what it's gonna be called.
What exactly did he say to you? Oh, that's hurtful. It's very hurtful. We're gonna look into this.
Now, this, speaking of
Oh God.
words that affect people, let me read this headline. I'll let you react, but then let me actually get to the story because this is an important one. I want Dion's take on this because I know how you personally feel about half of this statement. And now with this new Joe Rogan culture that we live in, where everything he's ever done or said is under the microscope, I want to hear Dion's take, obviously everyone's take. But because we've talked about this film director, Samuel L. Jackson slams Joe Rogan over N-word, but defends pal Quentin Tarantino. Now, Dion, I love how you are the first person to call out Tarantino every time.
Yep.
Tell the audience how you normally feel about this when he drops that in all of his goddamn movies.
It makes me want to punch him in the fucking face. You know, he don't get me wrong, I fucking love a number of his movies. I love a number of the universe that he has created. I love the number of the characters in that universe, but the motherfucker loves to use the N-word. And, you know, especially in the scene in Pulp Fiction where he's talking to two fucking hitmen, one who happens to be black, and he's talking about, does this look like dead storage to you? Like that, there isn't a bone in my body that wouldn't open the biggest can of whoop ass on that motherfucker ever. He would never say that shit in public around other people. And it is an excuse for him to use that fucking word. And outside of him having cool flicks and cool characters, fucking fuck Quentin Tarantino. I'm surprised shit didn't pop up in fucking in what's her name? The Brides movies. Kill Bill.
Oh, Kill Bill.
Know? Yeah, so you know he wanted to use that shit. So that the dude is like a fucking teenager who finds his dad's gun and is just fucking popping that son of a bitch off in the field.
So in an interview with Britain's Sunday Times, the actor lashed out at Joe Rogan, saying it doesn't matter what the podcaster used the N-word in context or not as a slur. And this is Sam Jackson quoting, he is saying nobody understood the context when he said it, Jackson told the Times, which reported him, but he shouldn't have said it. It's not the context, dude. It's that he was comfortable doing it. Say that you're sorry because you want to keep your money, but you having fun and you did say it because it was entertaining. And then he goes to say a story is context, but just to elicit a laugh, that's wrong.
You know,
In the same interview,
where do we cut it off? That listen, don't get me wrong. You know, as I've said a number of times on this show, and even when talking to people, you know, I don't control what people say. If you're willing to live with the consequences, you're willing to live the consequences. The consequences may be me whooping your ass, and it might not be, right? But this pick and choosing. Well, you know, when this person does it, it's okay. But you have to judge everyone the fucking same. Last time I checked, Joe Rogan's a fucking white guy. Quentin Tarantino's a white guy. Just because you made movies with one and the other one is the hot topic right now is bullshit. So everyone should be, if you have a standard, everyone gets fucking held up to it. It doesn't fucking matter. And don't get me wrong. Again, context does matter. You can't bring up context and then immediately negate what the fuck it means. So again, while I understand what you think you're trying to say is, that's not how context fucking works. Now, if to make someone laugh is the fucking context, that's the fucking context. It may not be a good joke. It may not be necessarily funny. But if the conversation someone's having is about the word or how to use the word or the fact that some people can say and some people can't, and him saying it is to prove a point, that's context. That is how that fucking works. And don't get me wrong, Sam, you're the fucking man, but you're losing touch, bro. you're fucking losing touch. And this is an example of that. You cannot tell me, if we're talking about context, that doing it to get shock value in a movie is somehow different than doing it to be funny. Because goddamn it, everyone in this fucking world knows the reason he used it in that scene that I brought up in Pulp Fiction is to be a holy shit scene. That a white dude with a black wife is saying it to a fucking black hitman from Inglewood. That's context. His context is not different than Joe Rogan's context. So, listen.
Here he goes in to give a little more detail. In the same interview, Jackson defends Tarantino, who has largely escaped criticism. He says every time someone wants an example of an overuse of the N-word, they go to Quentin. It's unfair, he told the newspaper. He's just telling the story, and all the characters do talk like that. When Steve McQueen does it, it's art. He's an artiste. Quentin's just a popcorn filmmaker. Now, before anyone says anything, Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker. When Steve McQueen did it, it was 1968. When fucking Quentin Tarantino did it, it's 1994, 1997, 2003, 2004, 2009, 2012. What the fuck? Where's your argument, you idiot? I don't care if you're fucking the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. You sound like an asshole when you say stupid shit like that. Are you that fucking blind? Context? Let's talk about time. There's your context. The context of time when Steve McQueen said it versus when Quentin Tarantino said it. And I don't even give a shit in the big picture. I think you're a goddamn hypocrite. And that's my problem.
Yeah, I think Sam Jackson's been in Hollywood a little too long, and he's been in Hollywood longer than he's been normal, and therein lies the problem. He's become acclimated to that climate now, and he's got to do things a certain way. So
he shops at the Whole Foods down the street from us, and if I ever see him, I'm gonna yell at him.
First of all, if you do, you got to put that on video. That'll be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I'm gonna scream at him. Juice, that was the good one.
Yeah, they hate you.
Seriously, if I knew Samuel L. Jackson was gonna be somewhere, I would get somebody to dress up like a shark and be like, "Hey, man, you ready for the sequel?" And just see if he like.
Yeah. What was all that bullshit you was talking? You forgot the answer I gave you back in 1998, bitch.
Speaking of stuff, folks, I don't think we've done this in a while. I wanted to bring this up at the top of the show, but we're raising some funds for something special. Dion, I don't think you've seen this. The other guys have. Now, I don't want to commit you to having to wear it, Dion, but you might have to.
I saw it.
You saw it? Okay. Let me pull up this image, folks. Dion, or me, I don't know. Somebody's going to wear this. I just want Nick. I just can't wait till Nick gets it. Yeah, folks, we're gonna raise funds for a WWE inflatable Andre the Giant adult costume. Yeah. So everybody that continues tonight's show can help us get this inflatable Andre the Giant costume that we'll wear at Horror Hound. Then you'll see how much I really look like Andre the Giant. Anybody want a peanut? That's what I'll say.
No, baby oil.
Oh, Hogan, I'm going to fight you in WrestleMania. People think I look like Andre the Giant. All I do is slur and sound drunk, and I sound like Andre the Giant. All joking aside, this is a real conversation that was had. So Jesse's got a friend who's an agent or whatever. She's like, aren't they making that Andre the Giant or the Hulk Hogan movie? And she's like, well, they haven't done anything for it yet. So I'm going to seriously become Andre the Giant. I'm going to grow my hair out. I'm going to play Andre the Giant in the fucking film.
We'll see. All that needs to happen is you need to grow your hair out and get the outfit and take a couple pictures, and we need to post them online. That's it.
Yeah.
Once that happens, and once they see it, they're gonna be knocking down your door and be like, hey Jeff, we need you for this part. Come, why don't you come out here?
Look, I will honor my family's legacy and partake in the greatest depiction of Andre the Giant since Andre the Giant. But I'm only doing it out of love.
Famer, brother.
He is the Hall of Fame, son. 1994. It's his win.
Wait, why don't we just make our own Andre the Giant biopic movie then?
We can entirely do that.
They're all like public figures, so like, do we have to have the rights to make a movie about them?
If you look up the legality, we could come up with the money to shoot a trailer for this Andre the Giant.
Oh no, 100%.
You could be Andre the Giant. I'll play Bobby Heenan and Hulk Hogan, and Dion can be Junkyard Dog. because for some reason it's the 80s wrestling. We got to fit him in there. Nick obviously is going to have to be fucking Superfly Jimmy Snuka. So
Wait,
Nick. Oh, dude, Nick is both. Nick will have to play. He'll have to be Iron Sheik and Superfly. So
Oh my
on
God.
the one hand, you need to learn how to use these club things, and on the other hand, you need to learn how to club a woman. So then you can get in there and play both of those roles.
Nancy DiMartino.
Yeah, and then for whatever reason, Dion will also play Roddy Piper, and will act like that there's nothing wrong with that.
We should make this movie.
I love everything about this.
Yeah, if anybody's like,
Piper,
"Wait, that's Roddy
Piper.
Piper." Yeah, he's wearing this. He's wearing the kilt. And he's got the hot rod shirt on. How do you not know this?
Piper, you look a little different. Did you spend a little bit of time on the beach? A little too long?
What are you talking about?
Now, who's
No,
gonna
I
play
want this.
Brutus?
I'm so into this.
Who's gonna play Brutus the fucking Barber Beefcake, Kendo?
You.
I'm gonna be
Well,
strutting.
we have a couple other friends that we could probably call in for this too.
Oh yeah,
Nick,
we could get Pete to do strutting and cutting.
Oh,
That would be fun.
100%, man. Pete would be fucking down.
We'll just get. I think Phil should play the big boss man.
And Tugboat.
Yeah.
But for legality's sake, we'll change all the names so he'll be Tug Job.
That's the one part we got to change. Everything else is cool. Andre the Giant, that's not legally binding. But Tugboat.
But no, we should totally do this, and we should do it like, Kids in the Hall style, where we just all play all the roles. So it's like the same guy's playing multiple parts in this movie.
You'll laugh. Remind me off air. I have an infomercial for us to shoot. Like, not a joke. If we can all get together, you guys will really appreciate it. But
Awesome.
Kendo can be Mr. Wonderful, says He-Man 62.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. Like I said, I can. There's multiple roles that I can play in this, but I could definitely do Heenan, the $1 Million Man. That should be Nick.
Now, I got an idea. We should
Oh my
crowdfund this. We should crowdfund this movie, and then our main part of the budget, we should just hire Hulk Hogan to play Hulk Hogan. That's all it is.
We could theoretically also hire Virgil.
Yeah, I got $20.
Be like, hey, you want to make some fuck money and get some meat sauce?
Dude, that actually would be a great running gag on our TV show. Like, seriously, like Virgil just shows up with us, and like we don't even acknowledge it. Like, it's weird. Like, everyone on that watches, like, who's this random black guy, this old dude that shows up and just stands there with his arms crossed? We never reference him, but if you're a wrestling fan, everyone freaks out. They're like, they hired Virgil. Why? Because Virgil.
No, better yet, we hire Virgil to play Bad News Brown.
Oh my god! You know what? I could see us like doing this and putting it out there, and all of a sudden Vince is like, "Fuck them, sue them now!" Like that's what would happen.
So
What we do is we call it
Sue them now, damn it.
We call it Slamomania 80s, and then we have all of these wrestlers that we all play, and we change their names just slightly.
Yes.
So-
but here's the package, though.
Hulk
The
Rogan.
framing device is Hulk Hogan telling us this through a cocaine-fueled rager. Like, he's like, brothers, let me tell you about the 80s. And all of a sudden, he starts telling us these very real but very copyright-safe stories about wrestlers that we all play. That's the movie.
Oh my god!
Are we in?
Yeah, dude.
Oh
I'm
fuck it,
100%
let's do it,
on
man.
board
Let's
with
do it.
This is fake. Yes, we have to do this.
Leaping Lanny Poffo. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god!
Have you seen the episode of Space Ghost Coast to Coast where Macho Man Randy Savage plays Space Ghost's grandpa?
No.
No. But
I might play a clip later in the show.
I did have another idea about our movie, though. Outside of Andre the Giant, which theoretically Jeff's the only person that should be able to play that character, in order to figure out who plays all these other characters, we should just draw the names out of a hat.
I'm down.
Yeah. So, maybe I get to be Tito Santana, or maybe I end up being the Mountie too. Who knows? But I think we should totally do that.
Now, Darian217, I don't think anyone could play Macho Man Randy Savage. What we'll do with our budget is we'll call up the Macho Man estate and we'll CGI the real footage of Macho Man in. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I'd rather that because I don't even want to attempt to try to portray that man because he is just too legendary.
Who's going to play Hacksaw Jim Duggan?
Oh,
think a woman should play Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh my god.
Oh God, yes, we should totally get a chick to do that. That'd be fucking hilarious.
And people are like, "You guys want gender swaps?" No, I just want a woman to carry around a 2x4 and scream "ho" at people. So that's what we did.
I'm sure Jesse would be willing to do that.
Sure, I'm sure she would. She's very. I'll get her an American flag too.
Yeah, just make her watch like the first Royal Rumble and be like, "Here,
No,
that's the guy you're playing."
No, we need to get Daisy for that part. Kendo, Daisy needs to play that part.
One,
Daisy
I don't
Ridley?
think I don't think we could. I don't think we can afford her though.
Not
And
yet.
do we really want that on in our movie?
Yeah, because accidents happen on set.
All right, but in terms of
Damn,
mine, I don't think she would want to have anything to do with that.
Now, would it kill the joke if Ric Flair played Ric Flair? Because he's not.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it
that
wouldn't. But
motherfucker would do all the wrestling scenes to this day.
Sorry, it wouldn't kill it. But if we're trying to do like an '80s WWE type dealy thing, he wasn't there, so that might be a problem. It would end up being like the fucking Little Rock show where like Randy Savage is hanging out in Hawaii with like all these wrestlers that weren't there at the time.
I just want an excuse to have Billy Zabka play him in a movie.
No, I mean,
No,
we
he
could
wouldn't be
totally-
perfect.
We could probably get that. Like, hey, Billy Zabka, you want to play Mr. Perfect? And then we could get we could try to get Ralph Macchio. He could be Ravishing Rick Rude.
Oh god, I do love how those guys for Cobra Kai are like in their 60s now, still doing that stuff. It's amazing.
I'll try to talk Daisy into playing Mr. Fuji. Be like, all you gotta do is sit here. You're just gonna stand here in this
Oh my
little
God.
bowler hat and this in this
Oh my
suit
God.
with this cane, and occasionally wave this Japanese flag.
Is she going to be ribbon on the square?
Oh my God.
I mean, she might not get the joke completely, but we will.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I just want to have a good time. So, folks, what else do we got to talk about tonight? Let's get checked in with you guys again. Dion, pick a number, please.
69.
Oh, shit, you picked our magical number. I kind of want to press another button. So, yeah. Go back it now, folks. Wokebusters.com. Sorry, wokebusterscomic.com. Now, we have many new super chats rolled in. Thank you, everyone who supports this show, helps the channel go, and keep on producing content. We greatly appreciate you. Jack White asked, Jeff, did you get the email I sent you with the links to the anime sites? Yes, I did. I have it right here, Jack White. Thank you very much. Let's see how many links you sent me. I won't say them on air because I don't want people to go like, oh, I'm going to check them out. But you sent me the links to 1, 2, 3, 4, and you say at the end, let me know if you get these. Well, Jack, I got them. Thank you very much. Xavier to God says, did you guys hear that? Actually, Xavier to God, we're going to read this one later because we're going to use that to talk about our next segment because I wanted to get everyone's take on that. So our friend Horace Cock Johnson says, love you guys. Well, thank you very much, Horace Cock Johnson. We greatly appreciate you and the support, for Stealing Soul and all that fun stuff. Jack White, again, thank you very much. He says, dude, have watched any Sargon videos over the last how many years where he talks about he is going to crap? I used to. And then when peak YouTube production happened, I just stopped watching YouTube across the board. So it's been a while since I've seen any of his content. I don't know what he's up to these days. Kendo, do you watch or not really?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you watch Sargon of Akkad at all?
No. I was laughing at something else. I'll tell you all. I'll send you a message and tell you.
Deal. Jack White also said, and the UK Labour Party literally saying comrade at their rallies. Yeah, that's fucked up. Look, let's be honest. That's a completely different subject. I wanted to talk about how ridiculous MI6's new protocols are because that's what James Bond's based on.
Wait, hold on. What's happening at the they're saying comrade. What is that? What's going on?
I don't know what's going on in the UK. I don't keep my finger on UK
Anarchy
politics.
in the UK.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Jack White also says, I mean, just look at the grooming gangs that operate in the UK. I don't follow UK politics at all. It's just I don't have any friends or family that live over there. Well, there's a couple listeners, but they usually just reach out to ask us stuff about over here. So I haven't been following the last couple of years. That's usually not my cup of tea, European politics. Adam Walford, thank you very much for both your super chats. He says, so in the game of espionage, special agents are now more about stopping and using the wrong So in the game of espionage, special agents are now more, I guess, worried about stopping people using the wrong pronouns and making sure they use the right bathroom. What? I'm not going to do a spy parody, but I'm going to do a spy parody 5-page story of some social justice spy. There you go.
Oh my god! Like that's how bored they must be. That they're worried about like internal policies. That's how bored they are.
Nick, I got a serious question for you. Does that mean the world is really safe and there's nothing to worry about, so we worry about this shit?
Actually, the statistics do point to that. Oh. I know people will say otherwise, but like once again, the 24-hour news cycle doesn't help anything. Like they're always touting, like we're all going to die tomorrow. But if you look at the statistics, everything's safer.
That's how you get people to watch.
Yeah, because if you actually go to the numbers and look at all the stuff, things are safer. We live in the safest time ever. Yes, I know it's happening overseas sucks and it's really bad, and that's but even then, the numbers don't lie.
It just do they spell disaster at sacrifice?
I'm glad I set that up for you.
I am glad you set it up too. Thank you very much, though, to our friend Adam Walford. He also says, my opinion, no one should be using the N-word. Yeah, don't say it myself.
There you go.
Whatever.
It's okay for everyone or not okay for everyone. Pick one.
So it's Dean. I can never call you my N-word. I can never say that.
Hey, baby, when you say I know it's love, I know it's love.
Okay, all right. Then I'm gonna say it out loud all the time, every time you're in the room.
I am not.
Leon, we've been friends for I've known you for 14 years at this point. Not once have we ever said that to each other.
Right.
This is not our thing.
Exactly.
I'm gonna yell it across the horn. People are gonna look at me like I'm retarded.
They're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
In that community, well, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. There would be an audible record scratch if I did that. Like, everyone would be like, "What the fuck?"
I don't think there would be. I really don't.
I mean, it's Ohio after all. They're like, "Yep, it's about damn
Yep.
Oh shit!
It is Ohio.
I mean, it's weird to think that because you guys are above the Mason-Dixon line, but I guess some things just keep traveling.
Cincinnati is extremely close to Kentucky.
That's very true. That's very, very true.
There's a lot of bad residual ickiness still left down by the river. Anubis T800 says, I guess we are close to an Austin Powers universe in the spy network, but instead, to be funny, the spies are virtue signalers.
I mean,
yeah.
Flavor of the month, baby.
Yeah,
I feel a lot safer knowing that we're not minutes from midnight with the nuclear bombs. We're not worried about an invasion here. We're worried about the pronouns and non-gendered forceful language so no one gets upset in the field. Seriously, if you have feelings that get hurt in the field, your ass should get shot in the fucking field, like James Bond or some shit like that. It's like, oh, I'm running to do this and to shoot this guy or to kill this person. I don't give a fuck if my assassins are moral and virtuous. Government employees aren't that good in the first place, so why do I need this shit? Like, you steal our fucking money, do all this terrible shit, and then you're hired assassins. You're government intelligence. Believe me, we don't know anything that's going on, but we probably don't want to know. So why are we worried that you're all good people? You're not doing a good thing anyway. So just be assholes and be fucking open about it. Go get your guys, go get your hits, and say whatever the fuck language.
Yeah. Go renew your license to kill every 10 years like you're supposed to. Do what you got to do. We just don't want to hear about it. Just keep keeping the world safe.
You and I need to get together with a mountain of Angel dust, not really. But I feel like you and I could rewrite Spies Like Us with the new modern SJW context. And we
Oh
could
my
do-
god, dude! I fucking love that movie so much.
So do I.
Such a good
John
movie.
Landis classic.
Oh god, it's so much fun. So much fun. No, I'm entirely down for that. Entirely down for that.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, since you mentioned it, we are 100 seconds away from midnight, according to that doomsday clock thing. And we've been there since 2020. So we've been on that one for a couple years.
I'm gonna.
Oh god, Lincoln Park. Jesus.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
Nope.
Dr. Coffin Nails, thank you very much. He says Tarantino is like an artist that paints a nice picture, but always has to rub his booger on it.
Yep.
So he's like an artist. He's like what's his name from the '60s? I forget his name.
Philip K. Dick.
There you go.
Jackson Pollock.
No, that's one. Is Jackson Pollock. He's like Jackson Pollock because like he would make horrible art. And people are just like, oh, it's the best thing ever.
That's what the front of my car looked like last time I drove through the Tonto National Forest.
You had
the bugs were everywhere, and it was just a splatter fest.
I was gonna say, what animal did you run over? But that didn't.
No, that hasn't happened for a few years, Jeff, and I'm appreciative of that fact.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely.
Yeah. Oh wait, I feel like there's a button for that, guys. I hit a deer once. Remember, Nick? Remember Dion when we were driving?
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit, Jamie, pull that video up.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Did the deer ever do DMT?
Yeah.
That's why I ran on the road. That's why I ran on the road. It thought it saw pancakes.
A very Merry Mayhem style breakfast.
By the way, that debate was good, but it was shitty of her to keep calling out like Kendo personally and dumb things like that. I was like, that's not how you debate. That's not how you do that.
Well,
that's why the better man won, because I was the better man.
Well, folks, if you want to get in on this, join us on Tuesday nights. But for this week, it'll be on Monday. It gets vicious on Master Debate. It's not. It's a fun, funny show, but man, know your shit. Be a master. Be ready to debate.
Be like me, but you can't because none of you are as good as me.
Xavier to God. Thank you very much. He says, when the Prince of Saudi Arabia wants Andre the Giant, WWE can call Jeff ahead of time.
That's right.
Well, hold on. That check's out of clear before he leaves the fucking tarmac, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not
goddamn right.
He's like entrapped in the land of fucking sand and like humidity. It's like that check better fucking clear. I better see the zeros on my goddamn account. All right, cool. I'm getting the plane.
Yeah, and for one thing's for sure, Jeff, you're flying that trip on your own because I ain't going to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, don't worry. If it's the 7-figure paycheck that I think it's going to be, and they think that I am Andre the Giant, you guys are going to come impersonate other 80s celebrities and get a payday too.
Fine,
Dion's going to be like, hi, I'm American star Wesley Snipes. There you go.
Fine, I'll wear the local garb and everybody will think I'm one of the princes. It's fine. I'll do it. It's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'll blend in. Yeah. I won't.
Yeah, just give me a little bit of a notice. I'll grow my beard out longer, and I'll make sure I have the head wrap and everything. They won't know a thing.
Yeah, it's the same reason I give the old lady about why I don't want to go to her country for very long back, because they're gonna look at me and they're gonna say we could hold him for ransom. The problem is nobody's gonna pay it, so I'm gonna be killed.
Now, Kendo, you got one of two ways to get out of there safely. Do you want to choose option 1 or option 2? And what they are is different cover stories. So, 1 or 2.
You always go for number 1.
All right, great. Then you are a former American basketball player, Larry Bird, on vacation with your friend Andre the Giant. Now, option B, you would have been hockey great Wayne Gretzky on vacation with your friend Andre the Giant in Saudi Arabia.
Oh man.
Well, no. I think the correct story is he's your lawyer or agent. That's the story you go with.
Or I could just be Bobby Heenan.
There you go. That works too.
I'll just be Bobby Heenan. I'm Bobby the Brain Heenan. Just give me one of those jackets, and I'll poof out my hair.
Dude, joke's on you. The only wrestler that they are aware that is dead is Bobby the Brain.
Like, did I say I was Bobby Heenan? No, I'm Harvey Whippleman.
Same difference.
Oh my god.
Downtown Bruno, go away.
Sam Jackson, or sorry, Primer says Sam Jackson, Capital One. What's in your wallet, Joe Rogan? $100 million from Spotify, bitch. By the way, how big was the unicorn store check? That was a nice burn. I did like that one. Now we had one from our friend Xavier God who asked, "Did you guys hear about former UFC fighter and superstar WWE superstar Cain Velasquez? He got arrested for attempted murder. Have you heard?
Yeah,
this
dude.
Yeah, he shot somebody out in the middle of the street.
Yeah, but did you hear why?
Yes, I did. Apparently,
Yes.
there was some naughtiness going on with his daughter, and he tried to shoot the guy, but hit somebody else.
Oh shit!
So
Well, I guess it was apparently it's not his daughter. It was maybe like a nephew or something.
Well, either way, I ain't that mad at the guy.
Yeah,
Right.
both are acceptable reasons to want to shoot somebody.
Yes.
I won't make those excuses. So, Cain Velasquez, former UFC heavyweight champion, charged with attempted murder. Former UFC champion heavyweight Cain Velasquez was formally charged Wednesday with attempted premeditated murder and multiple gun assault charges in relation to a shooting Monday night in San Jose, California. Velasquez, 39, is accused of targeting Harry Eugene Goularte, who is charged with allegedly molesting one of Velasquez's young relatives. Velasquez faces 10 counts that could carry more than 20 years in jail time if he is convicted, per a court document. According to the district attorney's office, Velasquez was following Goularte's truck in his own vehicle during an 11-mile high-speed chase through San Jose, rammed the truck, and then fired a .40 caliber handgun multiple times into the truck, which carried Goularte and two older relatives. Goularte's 63-year-old stepfather, Paul Bender, was struck once in his arm and torso, but is expected to survive. The sad tragedy is that Mr. Velasquez chose to take the law into his own hands, endangered the public and everyone in his truck, Santa Clara County DA said in a statement. The act of violence also causes more pain and suffering to his family.
Put me on that jury.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
yeah,
That's
man.
crazy.
Now, yeah, I get it. Law and order, justice, all that stuff. But like, there are some cases where somebody does something and somebody retaliates, and I'm like, it's kind of hard to be mad at Cain Velasquez. That's all I'll say, because that's it, man. Like, it's kind of crazy the lengths he went to, an 11-mile car ride, a high-speed car chase, and shooting a high-caliber handgun out of a truck. It's like fucking out of Death Wish, excuse me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is some Death Wish stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's
wild.
That's wild.
That's
That's
fucking
fucking
wild.
that is very wild. Yeah, that's.
How much jail time do you think he's going to see?
I mean, listen, firing your weapon in public, man, is dangerous stuff. And yeah, I mean, you can definitely sympathize and empathize. But this, man, I mean, hopefully he we go through the process and there is consideration for everything that was going on, and especially, I guess, the guy was getting out on bail.
Well,
even though he
do
was
you
supposed
want
to
to
be
hear
monitored or whatever, so hopefully there's consideration for what he's going through mentally, so I don't know, but it's hard to see a future where he's not getting some time, man.
Well, the guy who was arrested, this Goularte, was 43. He was released from custody on February 25th without bail, and he was ordered to stay at home away from children under 14, wear an electric monitoring bracelet. But the child accused him, who was under 10, and they said that he followed him into a bathroom of a daycare center and touched him.
Yeah.
And this is documents obtained by ESPN. This ain't some hearsay bullshit. We're not going to cover this kind of stuff and go for rumors and innuendo. This is ESPN.
Oh, okay. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for like more about that. So I was like, no, then.
And apparently the dude's grandma or aunt has a daycare in their house and shit. It's not, dude. It's just like it's bad all around, man.
I would say go back to the shooting range and become a better shot, man. That's what I would say. Yeah, because I mean, and also get a faster car, probably a robust one, because 11 miles, really?
Well, it was 11-mile high-speed chase.
Exactly. He couldn't catch the guy. He couldn't shoot at his.
No, he
couldn't
did.
shoot
He
him or
rammed,
whatever,
dude.
like-
he caught him, rammed him off the road, and shot at him. Like, he caught this motherfucker. This was like a scene out of a movie. Like, Dirty Harry got his man.
Yeah, dude, damn. Yeah, well, yeah, he needs. Jeez, yeah, yeah. At that point, I mean, I hope he gets minimal jail time because I mean, if there are court documents and all this other stuff was documented and it really happened, then yeah, fuck him. He's in the right, even though that was extremely reckless. It is very, very reckless, but I understand. But
listen, we're not saying to go out and fucking get in gunfights too.
No,
we're not saying that shit either. You know, it's be very clear on that. And again, listen, I'm was wrong is wrong. I understand people's reasons for doing stuff. You know, at the same time, I can't judge this dude because I can't imagine what that fucking feels like. You know, I'm the same on the same hand. You know, if I'm walking with my friends, my family, and one of them gets caught because someone watch Dirty Harry, you know, there's a reason why these things aren't supposed to be in the hands of people because this shit escalates. And you know, like I said,
I wish that the court system would have been like, you know, doing a better job. But
and this is exactly why they have to do their better job because shit like this will happen. You don't do your job on the justice end, shit escalates on the other end, and it's just no, 100%. You know, a lot 100%. There are some people that clearly didn't do their fucking job.
Well, if Cain Velasquez does go to jail, I bet nobody fucks with him.
That's definitely gonna be the case.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was reckless. I do understand that, but I mean, you know, I guess he was reacting in the moment and just, you know, wanted to really get the guy. Oh man. So
well, if that shit had happened to somebody in my family or my child, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Nah. Now let's talk about a guy who doesn't have a family anymore. Batman.
Oh.
Parents are dead.
Speaking of gunfights,
yes, it's in an OK Corral. Now, this is the story I wanted to talk about with you guys. I talked about it quickly on Master Debate because it broke, but AMC will charge more to watch the Batman than other movies. So now we have variable ticket pricing.
Yep.
So, well, that's a really weird thing. That's an odd thing because I assume they're going by the projections of like what the movie's going to do, the ticket sales and things like that. They're going to like slowly up but then also like how are they doing that? Are they upping it? Are they going to up the price on every Marvel movie that comes out just because it's Marvel?
Right.
Well, hold on.
The precedent is a set.
Yeah. Like Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
This comes from AMC directly, so this isn't any kind of interpretation. So. The AMC Entertainment CEO Adam Aron has spoke to Deadline. He says, currently our prices for the Batman are slightly higher than the prices we are charging for other movies playing in the same theaters at the same time. This is all quite novel in the United States, but actually AMC has been doing this for years in our European theaters. Indeed, in Europe, we charge a premium for the best seats in the house, just like we do all sellers of tickets in other industries. Take sports events, concerts, and live theater, for example. Fuck you, dude, because... Never mind. I'll get into that in a moment. AMC did not release information on how much the expensive tickets will be, but the Batman will cost more. So right now it's looking like in San Francisco, it's $2 more to go see Batman than any other movie. I don't like this precedent because all movies, when you go to the theater, all movies, it should be one price for any seat in that house, for any movie you go see. Do you guys like this? Do you think this is the right direction to go?
No, I don't fucking like it. Don't get me wrong. I understand.
Well, I mean,
the thought process behind it. You know, big name movie comes out, you raise the price a little bit, people are going to come. I understand it, but I don't like the idea of, here's a big movie coming out that everyone we feel is going to go watch it. Let's just raise the fucking prices arbitrarily. You know, hey, it's a big movie, you know, and then, you know, so we're gonna have to deal with this with every fucking blockbuster. I got to wait 2 weeks because I gotta, especially if I'm going multiple motherfucking people, I'm gonna have to worry about, you know, the extra fucking cost. It's just, and again, even as long-term loyalty for your fucking customers, especially those that watch movies in your theaters all the time, you know, is this what you want to put in their face? Like, hey, yeah, you come watch movies. You came during the pandemic. You showed up when a lot of people didn't fucking show up, and I'm gonna charge you extra for blockbusters. I don't like that shit at all. While I understand it, I don't like
it. Also, yeah, I mean, don't they split the cost for the first week or two with the studio? So why, like, and that's for the ticket price, which is also the price of the movie and shit like that. all you're doing is giving the studio more money, and you're not retaining anymore. Wouldn't the smart thing to be to raise prices on concessions or offer more concessions, like alcohol, like mixed drinks, other bullshit like that, or whatever, and then like subsidize the cost that way instead of charging people more for a ticket price, which you only make half, you only make 50% of, sometimes less because of some maybe Disney pulls some shit. And I mean, I know that goes down every week or two after that, but so then people are just gonna have to wait a week to watch it, or we'll go on like the bargain Tuesday or whatever it is for $5 and this that, and the other. Like it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. You're alienating a lot of people who want to go watch a movie, and it just doesn't seem like a good thing to do.
No. It'll be interesting to see if this works. I hope it doesn't work, because every superhero movie is going to be, oh, well, we're a premium movie, and it's going to be an arms race to see who can charge the most. Don't give Disney any ideas, because for God's sakes, if this shit would have been real, all the Star Wars tickets would have been double priced. They already tried. Star Wars is it's $40 to go see Star Wars: The Force Awakens. It's an amusement park theme ride. It's worth the price of admission. Like, and idiots would have paid $30 for that piece of shit.
Yeah, and Disney's already charging out the ass for everything now. I mean, you can't even. I mean, like their parks, their rides, their
$3,000 a night, bitch.
Thank you. That
we're talking about that next. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, yeah. I mean, I understand they're hurt, and I understand they want to make their money back, but like, don't fuck over your loyal fans, like Dion said, to do that. There's a way to do it. I'm sure there's a better way. I'm sure there's a better way, but they don't want to do it because it's going to cost them money in the end. They're going to take a hit wallet wise, and they don't want to do that. It's like it doesn't seem like a smart move. It really doesn't.
No, it's like, how are we going to get people to come back to the theaters? I know. Let's have high price ticket night. That's a hell of a promotion. That'll get them back.
Yeah, put butts in seats.
Oh
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such a strange thing, and it doesn't make any financial sense. I mean, they were doing it in Europe. I don't know how the Europeans were dealing with it. Apparently, it worked so well that they were bringing it to America. I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense.
I don't either, but I do get it. I'm just not going to support it. It's fucking stupid. AMC, I used to enjoy that theater chain. I've moved to going to Regal. It's about, it's a fine theater experience. I'm not getting tons of stuff that's different. I like it, but I can't support AMC's bullshit. And so when I travel, I'm just not going to go to any of their theaters. It's dumb. I don't like what this does. AMC is always the theater chain that fucks it up for the rest of them.
Yeah, well, good. And, hopefully Regal doesn't follow suit
all the fucking time. And that's the goddamn for years I know they were the highest in terms of concessions and shit, and then at the same time they took forever to fucking to have booze in certain markets than others, and it's just like AMC just does too fucking much, and then they were wondering why they were struggling. What was it, 2-3 years ago? So it's goddamn it, AMC, like, stop trying to gouge your fucking customers. I get trying to be innovative and get as much bang for your buck as possible, but stop ball-faced doing it in the faces of your fucking fans, man. It's at this point, it's just fucking like, what are you trying to do? Why are you trying to cause discontent between your fans and your fucking brand? It's wild that AMC keeps doing this shit.
Yeah. Actually, I had the projections for the Batman if you want to hear them.
Yeah.
Pre-sales for Batman are at 3.6 million. It's projected that for the domestic opening weekend, it's 120 million. The overall domestic gross is going to be 320 million.
Now, let me find out, or can you tell me what that compares to Spider-Man? Because that seems to be the conversation everybody's having is, Spider-Man is going to blow Batman out of the water.
No. I think I remember it because I don't have a pre-sale number for Spider-Man. I don't have that. But I remember the opening weekend was supposed to be 250.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the opening domestic weekend. It was supposed to be 250.
Let's hope that the old Batman movie is as good as everyone's saying. Now, we have a couple people in the chat that have seen it. or at least one person in the chat had seen it and said it's better. It's as good as people are saying. It's not hyped. It's not woke. It's not any of this stuff. I want it to be all of these things. I am very excited to see Batman be good.
I had faith. Let's go, Bat-Pat.
I didn't have faith in Bat-Pat. I like Matt Reeves as a director.
Yeah, I mean, and it's once again. I mean, I hope the general audience doesn't get confused between the Batman, Batgirl, and then what is it, Flashpoint Paradox? Like those, like all that Batman stuff coming out. So it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be a fun year, guys. We're going to be covering it here all on the channel. So, folks, make sure you're subscribed and spread the word. Let everybody know what is up with World Class Bullshitters. We have some surprises in the works, and I will be a part of the Iconicon event. So be on the lookout for that too. I'm going to be everywhere this year. It's going to be a big year for WCBS. So, guys, let's check back in with the audience, because then we're going to talk about some wrestling topics for tonight, because Tony Khan has changed the world of wrestling to some people, and I'd like to hear some of your guys' take on this. So back to the super chats. Thank you, folks. Jack White says the UK is getting unbelievably PC and woke. Now, Kendo, you had spent some time in the UK.
Yes.
Based on what you have seen afar from how their country has changed, do you want to return to the UK anytime soon?
For a visit? Yeah, a short visit. Yes, I would like to go back, hit up the Chippy, go hang out in the pub for a bit, catch a couple of football matches, get back on the plane and come home. Would I like to go there and gallivant around like I had when I was there for like a month at a time, just hanging out, walking around, just doing stuff? Nah, probably not. And I damn sure don't want to go to London.
It's not calling you anymore?
No, I did pretty much all there was to do in London, and now it's just overcrowded and expensive.
Well, I haven't been. Maybe one day I'll go, but not anytime soon. Up next, we have our friend Anubis. T800, are you next? No, sorry. Samurai Vader says, Nick, my hard R N-word, what's good? Also, hi, Dion.
It is all good in the hood, sir.
Yeah.
Our friend Adam Wofford says, unlike the cards, the numbers don't lie.
That's true.
TLJ Screwjob says, Nick's going to quote Denzel in Training Day at Horror Hound.
I had to explain that one.
Oh, okay.
Because we watch Training Day, and we usually watch with closed captions because she can sometimes pick up the words better than she can hear them with certain things. And she asked me what that meant. Does that mean my friend? And I'm like, depends on who's saying it and to who they're saying it to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna yell that out all Horror Hound weekend. Just and make sure Dion's with an earshot, because if he's not, I'm gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, don't get yourself killed out there, buddy.
In Ohio, shit.
Right, ain't possible. So our friend Adam Wofford, thank you very much. TLJ Screwjob, thank you very much. Joey the Lazy One, thank you very much for your very generous $20 super chat. He says, Jeff and Dion versus Nick and Kendo in an anything goes, no holds barred match. In the end, Jeff wins. Vince comes out and Jeff finally claims his refund from WrestleMania at the Showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania.
Refund on a ladder match.
Yeah. In order to get his refund back, he just has to beat the three of us in a fatal four-way. Fuck, I'll just lay down for him and be like, here.
I'll take
Hit me with the I love you spot. Like Shawn Michaels. I love you,
no.
but I want my refund.
Yeah. Be like, look, I want you to get your money back. I don't want you to have to beat the shit out of me for that to happen. So just finger poke and doom me.
We could do that.
Give me the 5 points, pressure points, and hard explode technique or whatever. We'll be okay.
I thought you were gonna say give you the 5-knuckle shuffle. I'm like, no. I'm not.
Yeah, you can see Jeff. He's hard to miss.
Yeah. So, I want to make that match happen. I know we're getting close to WrestleMania. I got the bug a little bit, but we should lay the SmackDown on something in some way. I don't want to commit to WWE 2K22, but I would love to do a bunch of live streams with it because it's fun. Twitch is fun, but I keep hearing more and more about the game, and every week they, I don't know, something new comes out and it just makes me upset. Now, Nick, speaking of games,
I was going to say what we could do then is we could still do it, and we could just create ourselves and then just go around beating the shit out of all those characters they're putting in the game that are dumb.
I like that idea. Our friend Jeff the Iron Wolf put us in his WWE 2K18, and when I was hanging out with him, he was showing me videos of like us whooping ass in 2K18. It was awesome.
Yeah, because I mean,
that's great.
That's all I did the last time I owned a 2K game, a WWE game. I created that big red devil guy named Beelzebub, and just had him just going around just every match was just no holds barred, no DQ Roman Reigns match, and I would just beat the shit out of Roman Reigns.
Don't we all want to do that?
Yeah.
Now, Nick, speaking of games, you sent us an interesting article today about how Netflix is starting to buy up game companies and expand into that arena. Did you want me to talk about that one, or did you want to talk about it?
Oh no, yeah. You go ahead and talk about it.
So here we go. It's weird to think this, but Netflix is getting into the video game realm. I guess buying up owning the streaming service isn't enough, so I guess they have to jump into video games. So I would like to find the tab that I initially had opened up for all of this because it would be great, and I can't all of a sudden. So let me do it this way because I look like an asshole on live TV. There we go. Cancel. No, I don't want to buy crypto. So Netflix acquires a video game company. How the deal expands cross-promotional opportunities. So the streaming giant Netflix announced today, an acquisition that could continue the company's push into a massive video game sector. Here are the details. Netflix is acquiring Next Games, a Finnish game company founded by Teemu Huhatin in 2013. The acquisition will see Netflix pay 2.10 euros per share for the publicly traded company. The acquisition value is at 65 million euros or $72 million and is expected to close in the second half of 2022. The company is behind mobile games, including Stranger Things, Puzzle Tales, and The Walking Dead: No Man's Land. Netflix and Next Games have an existing relationship thanks to collaboration on the Stranger Things mobile game. Okay. What do you guys think about Netflix going into games? Because based on this article and based on those types of games, we're going to get very simple app-style games on Netflix. The cell phone game on your TV. Does that seem kind of lame?
Yes, it's extremely lame.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Squid Games like game app or whatever that they're going to put out next. You know,
that might actually be fun.
We'll see. We'll see how bloody or how gory it's going to be, or even if they go that route. There was even word of Netflix, I think a year or two ago, acquiring a podcast platform as well, so they can have people do professional podcasts for their shows, for the ones that they keep, the ones that are actually good that people want to keep watching, or maybe just new things that are on Netflix. Like every week they would do that and tell people about what's on there, what's good, what's not. So they want to start getting into those platforms and start getting into that arena so they can just perpetuate their brand. But I think, but as we've seen with their stocks and with the subscription stuff, they've plateaued. They've reached the highest they can go. And what was it recently? They raised the price again in America. Yep. And I think they decreased the price in Asia. So that doesn't look too good on them. It's kind of fucked up. But it's they're trying real hard, and they spend $20 billion a year on content that barely anybody watches, and I think they need to kind of cut that. They need to cut that to a tenth of it, and really concentrate on really good content that people actually give a shit about. Not this flash in the pan stuff like Squid Games or like Tiger King that people just watch once, talk about for a week, and then leave.
Yeah, I'm over Tiger King to the point where I get really mad when I see the commercial for the dramatization of it with Kate McKinnon. I'm just like, this is wrong. We're making a TV show off of something that was this is like, I can't think of a bigger flash in the pan moment than Tiger King. Like Jersey Shore stuck around for a while. That sure had multiple seasons. Tiger King was like, it was new and still played out quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, and then listen, I mean, if you can get something to work, you got to deal with the consequences if it sucks. But it is pretty clear that Netflix's game plan is just to overwhelm the competition, and it's more quality over quantity. So and that's very clear with with Tiger King season 2, But yeah, the fact that they're raising the prices in the U.S. again, and they're trying so hard to just get Netflix as the biggest brand on the planet, that they're a lot of their shows haven't been fucking good, so it's gonna be interesting to see them continue this whole quantity over quality thing, and we'll see. I don't know, man. Netflix doesn't exactly have the best track record the last few years, so it's just because you can overwhelm your competition for a time doesn't mean you should all the time.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, because I mean, like once again, 20 billion with a B, $1 billion a year, about that much is what they spend on content creation, and like basically they have writers, they write multiple projects, they have productions, they'll hire them, they'll pay them, and they'll do the first season or the first few episodes of whatever show, and then they'll put it on their platform. That's every year, $20 billion a year. Ever since when I first heard about it, I think in 2018 or 2017. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
And I don't think they've turned a profit yet.
It will one day, Nick. You gotta believe.
Yeah.
They're not the CW, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, let's have a little respect or a little faith. Your call.
Yeah. If you're not making money, all you gotta do is just keep throwing more money at something and see if it works.
God.
Eventually, you'll get a return.
Yeah, it's I love. Well, that must be the Hollywood way of like failing upwards as well with everything that happens. Oh God.
Well, I'd love to fail upwards, please.
Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? Oh, you failed out of high school. Boom, Fortune 500 company. You're the boss of it. What? Huh?
Oh, I went to a comedy show on Monday. Did I tell you guys about that?
No.
I went to the Comedy Store to see Jeff Ross, who never showed up. That's
bullshit.
But I did see Mark Maron, and he's funny. And I saw Jay Farrow, and he was fucking hilarious. And
Jay Farrow had his own show for a minute on Showtime, and then like he didn't get a second season. I thought he did a really good job, and the show was really funny.
He can do an impression of Obama, Trump, and somebody else so good that if you like close your eyes, you think they're talking, and it was so jarring how like he was really good at impersonating them like that, and he fucking slayed. It was interesting though. A lot of people at the show weren't receptive to certain types of jokes, and like Mark Maron was trying to do stuff. It was, I think, more political, and the audience just wasn't really laughing, and so he just kind of about face, and it was pretty cool to see a professional like that be able to switch on a dime. But it was interesting. Jesse and I have been having this conversation about the changing climate in comedy and stuff. And I think she's got a video that she's going to put out on it. But it's just weird how like people are too sensitive for certain types of jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, we were talking about that, during this last election. Like, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of content, and no matter, obviously, the flavor of the month is where you are in the political spectrum. But it's like, hey, when you actually have to be good at your craft, it's very interesting seeing people adjust, and then you figure out who are the true professionals and who are more of the gimmick players, and especially now with Chappelle and Rogan, and even that dumbass that made that LaQuisha movie a couple years ago. It's people want comedy to be one thing, and then there's what it is in actuality, and that shit is fucking hard, man. And just because you can have bits about a subject doesn't necessarily mean that you should. And a lot of people can get through it, and a lot of people fucking can't.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if you're at a comedy club and you say something, offensive. It should just be taken as such because you're at a comedy club and it's supposed to be comedy. The joke didn't land. Like, just kind of be like, all right, didn't go. Don't tell that joke again. Moving on, kind of thing.
I tell that to Michael Richards.
Because I mean, if you're in that context and like say you have the racist joke and you tell it and nobody laughs and it's not a good thing. It's like, all right, cool. Mark that off the notebook. Don't use that again, and it's never said again.
Right.
Yeah,
people should be allowed to like, okay, this material doesn't work. Now I'll adjust. Listen, and people want to pretend like you can't tell when someone is like, when someone's being malicious, and the vast majority of them are just trying to come up with fucking material, man. Like, this isn't fucking hopscotch. People, it's a constant work in progress. So, but we'll see, man, especially with, people getting so goddamn mad at Joe Rogan, and then in Dave Chappelle these last few years. So it's interesting trying to figure out, what Twitter thinks is funny and then what people who actually go to clubs thinks is funny.
Yeah, and I mean, I always find I always find comedians fascinating because like you have come up with like basically a story that you have to keep like carving out and refining the way you do, like your punchlines, the way you deliver certain parts, your inflections and things like that to make it funny and make the entire audience get it and laugh. I find that incredibly interesting because you can find a couple of chuckles in in the first few times you tell it and then keep refining it until you get it perfect. And I think it's fascinating, and the way they do it, and the way they keep working at it, and the way they will hit up multiple comedy clubs and keep keep bits and take away bits and refine bits and combine bits is just very interesting.
Yeah, man.
We'll find out just exactly how far this is going to spread, folks. But everyone's so precious, and they can't handle.
I still remember when you and I went in like June of June or July of 2020 when we were actually able to travel and shit again.
Yeah,
and the female comedian asked me to my face and from the entire public, dot or feather.
Oh, she was there.
And I said dot, and then the people next to us, the table of people next to us, you could hear them go, ooh, and I'm just like, the fuck is wrong with you? If I'm not offended by it, why are you offended? Why are you offended on my behalf?
Because that's their job. That's what white people do nowadays in those in places like that. They get offended on others' behalves. It's called Twitter.
God, I fucking hate that shit so much.
Yeah, Twitter's a necessary evil, Nick.
Oh, man.
So let's check in with the audience because we've had a lot of people send in super chats and stuff. So thank you to everybody who has continued to support the channel. We greatly appreciate that. Folks, I'd like to thank the new backers of Wokebusters, WokebustersComic.com right now. I'm glad you guys like the 80s video. Working on a couple things to go with that aesthetic and put that out there for everyone to go check out the funniest comic of 2022. Now, TLJ Screwjob has a question. Wait, hold on. This comes from Anubis T800, and I also remember our friend, I think S.A. Troubles Away gets a motorcycle clip. Don't worry. He says, oh, please, Nick, could you play for the crew the Moto Pursuit with the Ragdoll moment? Thank you. And he goes, oops, I meant Jeff. Sorry. Well, Anubis T800, I will play it since our friend S.A. Troubles Away asked at the beginning, and I owe you this. So while I'm pulling that up, Nick, you haven't had who hasn't had a chance to pick a number tonight? Was it Nick?
I don't think Dion has. I've gone twice. I don't know if Dion's gone twice. Have you gone twice, Dion?
No, I think I picked 69 last time.
Kendo, have you gone?
Yeah, I picked 27. I'll go again. Deuce.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Did you get that email from Big Bad Toy Store about like the Goonies set that they're coming out with?
Yeah, I almost bought it on site.
Okay.
I fucking love the Goonies. Man. A full-size Goonies role-playing set.
Yeah. It came with the Triple Stones, the Copper Bones, and then the map, and I was like, holy shit, really? Oh man.
Yeah, I want it.
Yeah, it's fucking nice.
What we should do is we should buy it, and then we should just go on the fucking adventure.
I'm entirely okay with that.
Up next, we have our friend. Where did the tab go? Sorry. Trying to keep a million things open at once, and I lost all of them. Boo. TLJ Screwjob says, Mr. Cleo, what's better with the truth, the cards or Scott Steiner's numbers?
He must be a Libra, isn't he, darling?
Collar.
Collar.
Let's do this the right way, because you don't ask Mr. Cleo a question without Mr. Cleo appearing.
The cards don't lie. Listen, the numbers can spell sacrifice, but the cards don't lie.
Fair enough. You heard it from the top. Mr. Cleo himself has spoken his words of wisdom here on World Class Bullshitters.
How about a mercy?
Mercy. Let me get the motorcycle pulled up, because that's what needs to happen. Everybody wants that. Nick, please find a way to send me.
No, I will. It's gonna happen. Don't worry.
Because I'll just be like, all right, guys, if you want the motorcycle, you know what to do. Everyone's gonna get that. It's like, fuck, this is wrong. Nah, it'll be fun. I just have to type in motorcycle LA crash, and the first one that is pops up. Okay, so I understand. I proceed and wish to continue. This poor guy, he's died more times on this channel than in real life.
I know. You just keep showing that shit.
People are sending in super chats for it. I don't watch this at home going, hey, die. I just play Grand Theft Auto.
80 miles an hour,
man.
So here he goes, 80 miles an hour. This is going to take a minute, so we're just going to skip ahead. And he's driving down the street. And he's stolen a motorcycle. Hello!
Jesus. Into the stratosphere.
I just like her
Oh
face.
god! I also love how the woman is like trying not to laugh, and she's trying to look remorseful.
That's not laughter. She just watched a dude die. She's like, "Holy shit! Maybe we shouldn't follow high-speed chases like that." Like, yeah, no shit. CBS Los Angeles.
God. Well, I mean, like, yeah, and I remember that. Like, apparently they have like high jail time now for people who do that, because they were doing it as like a prank or something as well before, because you wouldn't get very much jail time.
About that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. They'll give you jail time for driving real fast, but not for stealing stuff from CVS. So, you know, it's a weird place. Weird place.
The scales of justice are tipped in the favor of stupidity.
Yep.
Oh, I cry every day. Jack White, thank you very much. He says, grooming gangs are groups of men from certain religions whose name can't be put in the super chat because YouTube won't let me go. And they go around draping English people. Oh, okay. I didn't know they were draping them in such fabrics, but I understand what you're talking about, Jack White. Yeah, I'm staying out of the UK for a while. I'm going to keep myself here in America. By the way, folks, the new Wokebusters cover that we keep talking about does ship to different parts of the world. It makes it to the European Union. It makes it to Germany. Or wait, that's part. Wait, it makes it to the European Union. It makes it to Australia, and it makes it to Canada as well as the United States. So for those listeners, those backers, I'm working out things. Just look at it like this, folks. International shipping is ridiculously expensive. If you want the product, we will get it to you, no problem. Just be prepared for what international shipping is, but we're making sure it's available to you because we are world-class bullshitters and we have an international audience. So thank you to everyone around the world who continues to watch.
Yeah, I didn't realize England had gotten that bad. I had no idea.
I'll ask the voice of world-class bullshitters, Lauren. She's in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, sure depends on who you ask.
Yeah. Our friend Jack White also said a religion from the Middle East. I understood where you're coming from, Jack White. I got you, man. Andy McCallum, thank you very much. He says, sends a super chat mood sticker. Well, hopefully your mood's good today because you're listening to a fun world-class bullshitters live stream. And then for now, Adam Wofford says, so Netflix is starting making games and they're going to make their own original stories. So do we all remember Netflix's original content and how bad it was? Well, guys, if you like the show 13 Reasons Why, here are 13 reasons why you won't want to play the mobile game. Or if you loved, let's say, House of Cards, never mind. I was going to say the Kevin Spacey simulator, but we're not going to go there. That's a game I would side up. No, I wouldn't play that one. I don't know. What does Netflix have that's like Stranger Things, the video game is fun, but it's Stranger Things. They only have it. Here you go. Netflix wants to make video games. Make me a Netflix video game based on Daredevil. That'd be a great game. Give me a Punisher game from Netflix.
Oh, did you hear about the Marvel stuff that left like yesterday?
Yeah, it's going to Disney Plus
in Canada.
Oh, it's not coming to America?
Nope.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Ah, Jesus, man, like that sucks.
Yeah, it's going to Disney Plus in Canada. Yeah, because I read it as well, and I was like, oh, that's cool. That's horrible. That's bad.
Well, no, hold on. According to Deadline today, they announced that it is going to come to the U.S. and it's going to usher in a new age rating on Disney Plus.
Oh, good.
Oh, good. So it'll be their only R-rated content ever.
Pretty much.
That's interesting. That's super interesting. It's crazy though, man. I didn't think Disney had the balls to put it on their network. Apparently they do. They're really desperate.
TLJ Screwjob, that'll be separate because it was a later edition. There's actually the trading cards are the real Wokebusters inspired. There's going to be a lot of cartoon related stuff. So yes, that will be a separate one, but it will, because it's a later edition. But yes, thank you though. Wow, we had a lot of people roll up. Thank you for all the super chats that just rolled in.
Make sure you're slapping that like button so more people see us and they can enjoy us like you guys are.
Oh yeah, spread the word. We are in expansion mode again, so spread the word. Anubis T800, you are not next. TLJ Screwjob, we did read yours. Thank you very much. Answer that question. Jack White says Sargon has videos on his channel where he talks to certain people who have had to deal with these gangs, and Nick, the Labour Party in the UK, is being run by a bunch of socialists.
Oh my.
All right, we're just staying out of Europe. Sorry. We're not, final countdown.
We'll go to Canada and then come back down. That's about it.
We'll tell stories about times we've all been in Europe, and that's about it. I was there in the early 2000s. Jack White, thank you, though. Anubis T800 says, oh, by the way, Jeff, what's your reflection about Funimation sold to Crunchyroll? Do we anime fans have anything to worry about, or must we worry about it? Well, I saw that news article. I guess the biggest concern for anime fans would be it wouldn't be the access you have to anime. It would probably be the next step to worry. If there's anything to worry about, would just be the censorship issues or restricting things or changing things for certain regions. I wanted to ask you guys this last week, but it didn't really, we didn't have time. There's a video game called Martha is Dead. Have you heard about it?
I heard about it. I didn't know what it was about.
No, I've never heard about it.
So it's this, mature themed violent adult game, but on the PlayStation, it's being censored for the mature themes, but on the Xbox, it's uncensored. We're starting to step into this weird world of on PlayStation, they're worried that the masturbation content or whatever the sexual content is too offensive and they're taking it out. I don't like this precedent. If you're going to make a piece of art like that and you have an M-rated game or an AO-rated game, just stick with it. I don't think PlayStation has the right to worry about the feelings of 8 people. If Xbox is getting the full unadulterated experience, this is like the kids who played Mortal Kombat in the 90s. Oh yeah, you got it for Super Nintendo, like old Jeff here. Everyone else has got it for Sega. You put in the blood code, it's cool. You play it at my house, they'll get great.
Dude, the good old
ABACABB.
The good old blood code.
Nick and Dion, did you guys have a chance to check out any of the Master Debate title cards I made last night?
I did.
A couple of them, yeah. A couple of them.
Yeah.
Because I'm just excited for when you guys, Nick, you've been on, but I'm excited for Dion to come on and get one of these.
You lose. Good day, sir.
I'm joking.
I ain't lost on this motherfucking channel yet.
I haven't lost either. I am 1-0. I killed it, and again,
well,
Jeff, I want to thank you for being a wonderfully fair moderator.
I still call my loss bullshit because Jesse was judging. And I was going against Jeff, so I call that bullshit.
Anytime you say bullshit, I'll pop that up. Well, Nick, we'll just have to have another debate.
Yeah, that you'll probably lose.
We'll let somebody else judge it. How's that?
I'll judge it.
That's a fair shake.
No, I'm still going to lose.
No, I can be corrupted. There's the difference.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad it's a price to my victory. I'm glad there is.
You send me in as a special guest referee. It's going to be like when it's going to be like WrestleMania 10 where Mr. Perfect just paid no attention to what was going on and just started shit with Lex Luger. It's like, dude, you're reffing the match. Stop it.
That's one of your favorite WrestleManias, right?
I fucking love WrestleMania 10.
You want to do a drunk commentary for it?
Fuck yes.
It's just an excuse to drink and watch wrestling. That's all.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah,
We're gonna have so much drunk wrestling content. It's gonna be insane.
Folks, you guys love this stuff. We're here to give you what you want, so get drunk with us or have a good time. We'll have TMNT in the hopper. I already talked to Quarter Black Garrett, so we're going to make that happen. Also, I'll tell you guys off air, I'm working on a special guest, like a big one from our childhood, so let's hope that happens.
Nice.
Yeah.
So WrestleMania 10, the anniversary date for that is the 20th of March. It'll be 28 years old this year, so we can do that if you want to. I mean, obviously not on that date because that might be kind of hard to pull because it's Sunday night. No, it's a Sunday night, and we might be able to do it. Fuck it, who cares? We'll figure it out. We can do it in and around there. But yes, I'm excited for the concept of doing a watch party for WrestleMania 10.
Showcase of the Immortals. Anubis T800, though, not to shortchange it. Honestly, I just want anime to be uncensored. I get that could be a concern. I don't know how. Well, Funimation does alter and change things. So yeah, I guess it's like Disney-fying anime. You know, you don't do it. We buy anime, we watch this stuff, read the manga because it's art from another land that tells great universal stories that we all can enjoy. Anime and manga show you why we're all the same. American comic books like to tear us apart and show you why we're different and make Superman this and Spider-Man and Batman that. These stories just come and go. They tell these great stories and they stick with people. There's a reason why guys like Jack White and Wheezy Bird send me stacks of Blu-rays because they believe in this stuff. And we watch it and we talk about it and we see quality art. You know, it's nice that the Japanese the Japanese contribution to animation is one of the reasons why cartoons aren't for kids and never really only exclusively have been. Thankfully, Japanese art has changed the perception. And I'm very happy that you can tell great mature, great scary, great wonderful, deep human stories in animation. I hate the Americanized way of you make a cartoon to sell a toy line. Like, that's great. I love those cartoons. I love those toy lines and stuff, but don't only allow that. On the other side of the spectrum here in American animation, it doesn't need to be adult, crude cartoons. Sometimes there's a nice in the middle, like King of the Hill, and that's why King of the Hill is better than all those shows, and still people still talk about it. There's just, I don't know, altering, changing, whatever you want to do with it isn't cool. It's up to the artist and the people that make it, not the people that buy it and bring it to another country. That's just stupid. Now, our friend Wilson, the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks, says, after giving blood today, this is how it says. After giving blood today, I cookie. 1 hour later, I realized it was a pot cookie. Could Dion ask Jack, my friend's cat, to stop plotting against me?
Dude, hey,
you fucking cat. You better back off my boy. Better back off my fucking boy. I know some dogs that are into some medieval shit. Back the fuck up.
You can never talk cats down off that ledge. They're always plotting.
But that's gonna be such a weird thing. It's like you came back from giving blood, and you had a fucking pod cookie. That should be a movie in itself. That should be the hallucination scene for Beavis and Butthead. That's what that should be.
Whoa! I think I figured something out. It's like a music video. White Zombie was cool. Rob Zombie, not so much.
Don't mention that. Kendra gets PTSD from that.
Don't worry.
We're talking about those two Halloween movies were solid pieces of cinematic art.
I don't know. Your review of them says otherwise on Patreon. I'm just saying.
Who wouldn't want to watch those movies? They're just wall to wall, nonstop, just action comedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do the Rob Zombie movies again with Kendo drunk.
No, you're not.
This time.
I ain't fucking showing up.
Now, Nick,
that's what I figured.
Nick, speaking of Patreon, you do have some announcements to make. First off, there's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? And what else?
Yeah, there's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre review / breakdown I did earlier today that I uploaded, so that's up there. I will do Scream, and then in the coming days, hopefully. I need to acquire it by sailing the high seas and give it a watch. So
So, folks, join us over on Patreon at the video tier, which is only, what do we figure out, like 34 cents a day or something like that.
Yeah, man,
that's the video tier. So check that out. Support the channel. Get tons of digital content over there. We add new stuff all the time. Adam Wofford says, you should put a motorcycle guy and an Asian guy saying emotional damage for a new number. Also, can I get a number 9 and a number 15? Yeah, of course you can get a number 9 and a number 15. So a number 9 is going to get you this.
Oh, shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty!
Oh, Rock. Back when you had hair. And number 15, he said, where is a number 15?
If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, oi!
That never gets old.
No,
I love it. Well, Alfred Molina is just wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I need to make a button for this, and I'll have it for probably next week's show, but it's time to talk wrestling. So let me get the wrestling button ready. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Jesus, he was juiced out of his fucking gourd.
Yeah, he was.
Be a man, Hogan. So, guys, I wanted to talk about a couple fun wrestling topics this week. Well, they're not really fun. They're just kind of inevitable. But let's talk about the big one right now, because I haven't even had a chance to form an opinion outside of, whoa, this happened. But AEW, Tony Khan just bought ROH. Did you guys see this power move coming?
No, I did not. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's. I hope it's a good thing, but yeah, I did not see that, especially after the way that it ended with all the uncertainty. I did not see this shit at all.
It's the equivalent of buying a car with no motor or any other working parts because you wanted the tape deck. Ring of Honor, it was a fantastic little promotion, had some great wrestlers on there, and did some really good stuff. And some really big names have come through ROH. But, earlier, or I guess it had been last year, they announced that they were pretty much letting everybody go and that they were ceasing operations until further notice. So it's like, he bought it. He's got the tape library that he doesn't have anything to do with yet, which rumor is he's going to get it. They're going to get a deal with HBO Max. That would be fine. And it's like, what's the plan to do with ROH? Or what'll end up happening is he'll probably end up turning it into its own standalone brand, and it's going to be the equivalent of having Raw and SmackDown or NXT for AEW at this point, because he can just send people over there to be part of ROH.
I saw this. And then I've heard the other rumors how HBO Max is supposed to get AEW content, and Tony Khan basically bought them for their library, kind of how Vince did WCW. Do you think he's going to treat it like that? Basically, strip mine ROH and build an.
There's nothing to strip mine.
Well, just for full context, they were supposed to still do their April show. Now, we didn't know if that was going to happen or not. But yeah, they were ceasing operations. They got hit during COVID, and then they were gonna somehow still pull off their show in April. I don't know if he plans to go through with that. Obviously, it'd be, again, I'm with the side of Kendo that I want it should be the 2-brand thing. Maybe do it better than what WWE did. I would hate to see ROH just get bought for the library. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what he's going to do. Especially with who know. Sometimes AEW is doing new shit, and then other times they're copying old wrestling tropes that WWE and WCW did. So it's really hard to tell at this point. But I will say I think overall it's a fucking good thing, especially with, like I said, how ROH ended, and we didn't know if that shit was gonna ever come back. So at the very least, at least it's with someone who, one, isn't Vince, and two, has a wrestling show, not an entertainment show.
Yeah, I mean, there are some positives that can be gleaned from all this, like having the tape library and having what could be a fully functional separate brand. But then it's like, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to run it as a separate brand, or are you just going to have people showing up on both shows? It's like, I'm going to take the wait and see approach, because it'd be one thing if it was like when Vince bought WCW and he had a roster full of wrestlers ready to go that he could make an entire second brand out of. But that's not the case with ROH. It's, they've been dormant for years, almost a year or something like that. So, and like I said, they said that all their contracts were expiring at the end of last year, and they were, there's a few people that were still under contract, I think, until like the end of this month or their April show or whatever they were supposed to be doing. But we'll see.
I think Tony Khan loves wrestling. I know he loves wrestling. I believe he wants to create a wrestling alternative to the WWE, which I want. I don't like my mainstream WWE programming these days. And like they say, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Guess what? I ain't watching it as much. You can take your dewdrops and all your stupid stars. I would rather. The thing is, the WWE has great stars. Some of the dudes over there are the best on the planet. AJ Styles is legitimately phenomenal. You got some of the women over there that are better than, well, AEW's got really legit women. I'd say AEW's got better women wrestlers across the board. WWE's got the better looking ones. But the point is, like, I want to get involved with WWE, but they keep letting me know each and every week, like, we don't want you because, you want to watch. We want Roman Reigns and all these things to get over, but we want you to come back for the nostalgia bait. And it's like, all right, cool. I'll come back for the nostalgia bait, but God damn it, give it to me. Like, don't make me wait to see some old school legend backstage just say, damn. Like, I get it. These guys are old and can't wrestle, but if you have spent the last 20 years building the legends into your brand and that you have new modern wrestlers that suck and the legends hold more weight, you've done a bad job with booking. You've done a bad job with your brand.
Are you telling me that you are not excited for Sweet Saudi Money Mania 9 to see Goldberg have another title shot?
Kendo, I woke up this morning and there were 3 things I thought about, and none of them were Goldberg getting another title shot. I don't want that to happen. I just watched Sweet Saudi Money Mania 8. It sucked. I wasted my time. I don't know why I watched it. But goddamn it, I want Bill Goldberg to retire formally. Not to die, nothing bad to happen to him. Just go home and enjoy your life and stop fucking wrestling. They're not good.
Make another Santa Slays movie. Just do that instead.
I'll go see it in theaters. That's a good movie. Well, it's a great opening and a pretty solid film.
Yeah. But no, I mean, that's one of the WWE's big problems right now is they can't make new stars. They've made one and they put everything into his basket until Brock Lesnar decides he wants to come play ball.
Well, they made 2 stars, Kendo.
Well, her genetics and her workout routine is what made her a star.
Yeah, definitely genetics.
But that's really NXT. That's just pornography these days. I don't watch it.
So I wanted to bring this up because there's an article titled 10 Desperate Ways WWE Got You to Watch TV, but there's 10. NXT 2.0 is basically pornography. So let's talk about this wonderfully written article. The NXT 2.0 viewer is lured into a product ran by unseemingly old men under the tacit promise that you will one day see 2 members of the roster have it off. Seriously, this is a romantic comedy masquerading as pro wrestling, and the main hook involves several will they, won't they, on and off storylines. But anyway, so now it's worked for the successful 3-camera sitcom since the dawn of time, so why not NXT 2.0? It's an incredibly horny production. A desperately horny production where the camera operator isn't trying to motorboat Randy Rose. Duke Hudson is dry humping. Wow, we missed out on this show. We should be watching this every week, guys.
Apparently, because I didn't see any of that the last time I watched the new NXT, and I only tuned in to see Rex Steiner. That was it.
Well, is it still on Tuesday nights?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's how excited I am to watch it. So, is there any other big wrestling talk in the world right now? I didn't think there was much, right?
Other than what's going to happen to Cody Rhodes.
Right.
Yeah. Do you care?
Not really.
Yeah, I care, man. I mean, shit. It's while it's laughable that he clearly thought that he was his dad, and he's a lot closer to Jeff Jarrett than he is Dusty Rhodes. you know, it does matter, you know, especially the way that wrestling is right now. You know, the biggest company on the planet wants to be Nickelodeon, and here you have, you know, Cody, who was a part of this change in the sport, and now he's kind of become, you know, a pariah. So I think it does matter, especially if he goes through all this, you know, getting shows on TNT and dyeing his hair and getting ugly neck tattoos and finding a way to take himself out of the public's admiration, you know. And if he just were to go back to WWE, I think that would be, one, hilarious, and two, you know, like, bro, you just wasted fucking the last, you know, 4 years of your life, you know. So it I think it does matter. It does definitely matter.
Is Cody Rhodes gonna have to eat shit and apologize to Triple H after he destroyed his throne?
Probably not, because Triple H, if you've noticed, has been slowly and quietly just kind of pushed out to sea after he had his cardiac event, as they want to call it, and was taken to a medical facility. So, because Vince and company quickly swooped in, beat the shit out of NXT and turned it apparently into pornography, and then have since, you know, just completely done away with anything Triple H related. It's very weird. It's like watching one regime take over and destroy the cult of personality that existed there and creating their own. It's like, can you really do that though? It's like, we know who Triple H is, and he was the main reason why, like, we tuned in for a lot of this stuff. But I don't know. If Cody comes in, I want to think that they would be smart and they would use the heat that it would naturally create for him coming back into WWE to do something good with it. But I also know that we're dealing with Vince McMahon here, and I can really see him dancing in fucking polka dots.
Oh god.
Yeah. I missed the whole thing about NXT being basically pornography. That's interesting.
It's not.
Yeah, I haven't fucking watched it. I refuse to watch 2.0.
I don't know. I saw Nikita Lyons on the screen, and I got excited. So
yeah, I mean, cute as hell, but WWE's superpower right now is to fuck things up. Now, I highly doubt that this is all some gigantic work for Triple H to come back and he takes back NXT. I highly doubt that, because WWE isn't that good at future forecasting here. So, you know, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. All we know is WWE's superpower is fucking things up. That's pretty much it.
I mean, from everything that's happened, it seems like Vince is getting older and more and more senile, and he wants a tighter and tighter grip on everything. That's what it seems like.
He wants to be all friendly. I mean, wrestling fans know this. He's wanted to make it family friendly for decades. I mean, that's why things got so bad in the 90s, because he wanted it to be, you know, where kids watch it and they get their parents to spend money, and he rides off in the sunset a billionaire, you know, and he had to do a course correction. And then sure enough, he tried to go back to that with, you know, Super Cena and the Fruity Pebios and all that other bullshit. You know, it's really been Vince has had a fucking vision of what he wants pro wrestling to be, and it's very not for wrestling fans. You know, that part is clear.
Well, I wanted to look at the WrestleMania card as we're getting closer to the event, and we'll be there, Dion. So for night one, we have Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship.
That'll be good.
And here so far is the last match on the card for night one of WrestleMania: Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul.
Oh, good.
Is it really the main event?
So far.
God damn it.
Oh, wait,
what
hold on.
Did I
Logan
just fucking say? And even then, I'm still surprised at how fucking stupid the WWE is.
So Logan Paul's the main event
of night
one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Now, night two, the main event is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns in a winner-takes-all match to unify the WWE and Universal Championships.
Because for some reason, Britt's loves seeing those two guys, you know, battling out in the fucking ring together.
They're big, muscular, sweaty men. What do you expect?
Do you remember when your WrestleMania main events seemed like WrestleMania main events and not a fucking match that you played in the WWE video game?
Or that you've seen like 5, 6, 7, 8 times at this point?
Seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Last time I went to Texas to see WrestleMania, Roman Reigns was in the main event for the title in the same building. Yay.
And it was a boring fucking. And listen, don't get me wrong. I like Roman Reigns now. I like the character now.
Boo.
I get it. He's a heel. He says shit that I like. I like it. But it's you waited too long. I don't want to see Brock and Roman again. Yes, he's finally doing good shit. Finally. I love the fucking acknowledge me shit. The promo he just cut where that cameraman, that's my fucking cameraman. This is my fucking show. Like that's what a heel fucking does. But you already had this match 6 fucking times. You fucked it up. Move on. This is why WWE is fucking hurting. This is why wrestling fans are starting to move away. And this is why AEW got so popular so fucking fast, because, this is the exact same when they kept pushing the John Cena, Randy Orton shit, and they tried to have a match at TLC where they were like, oh, this is the most important match of all time. But it's like, we've seen them wrestle 100 fucking times, and you waited too fucking long. Now we have to sit. We don't get Bobby Lashley. We're not getting Big E. We're not getting Kevin Owens. Like, what I don't understand. Like, we don't want to see Brock and Roman. God damn, he's been trying this shit for the last 7 years. No one wants to fucking see it. Not at WrestleMania, not at Sweet Saudi Money, not at fucking SummerSlam. We don't want to fucking see it. It does not work. And for whatever reason, the WWE can't get over it. You've got some of the best dudes in the fucking world. Lean on these motherfuckers. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I don't, of course, WWE, I finally started to like Roman Reigns. Here we go again. Here we fucking go again.
Don't worry, there's still more to worry about for WrestleMania, because after that match with Undetermined Knights, Queen Zelina and Carmella versus Sasha Banks and Naomi, a tag team match for the Women's Tag Team Championship. And finally, the only decent match, Edge versus AJ Styles.
That'll be good.
Yeah. It's Edge. It's AJ Styles. They're two of the best of all time. Excuse me. I expect nothing but that.
Yeah.
Now, Vince fights Pat McAfee. I hope Vince dies.
I'm okay with that.
He dies on stage.
It's the last man standing match.
Well, I mean, if you look at it this way, if Vince dies, there's 2 positives that come out of it. Number 1, WWE is under new direction and it could get better. And number 2, Bruce will most likely be fired and his podcast will be good again.
That's the only way to make
Vince's last words will be chocolate titties.
Chocolate titties. But
there you go.
Kendo, the Conrad podcast won't ever get good again until they stop putting commercials every 5 seconds. Go to Geico.com. Like, just random.
Jeez, man, really? Every 5 seconds?
Dude, it's bad. Like, I haven't listened to a Conrad podcast in probably about 4. Probably the last time I was home at Camp Kendo. No, it would have been Thanksgiving, because I tried to listen to one while I was driving back from Camp Kendo. And so that's the last time I listened to a Conrad podcast. And it literally starts with like 4 minutes worth of commercials. You get about 5 minutes worth of whatever, and then you get another couple of ad reads. And it's to the point now where they have so many ad reads that they don't even break up the show to where it flows normally, where there's like a break and like the topic and they go to an ad read. Like, it'll literally cut off like mid-sentence of somebody and be like, you know what could be bad? If you try to drive and race a train and you get hit by the train, or whatever the fucking his stop for trains ad that he reads.
Oh my
God. Or did you go out and have a few beers? What could possibly happen? You kill somebody. Don't drink it. And it's like, God damn it, Conrad. I know. You're not, at least when Jericho reads for Omaha Steaks or anything else he does, at least it's Jericho. He knows how to like transition these things and turn a commercial into a promo. I mean, he's clearly eaten lots of Omaha Steaks recently, but it is what it is, bro. Yeah, so he's got a lot of stuff in that diet that is probably not just high protein.
That's why, yeah. Because the only other podcast I listen to is Fake Doctors Real Friends, the guys who do Scrubs, and even then, like there's about 90 seconds in the front, and then they do a couple of small ones in the middle, but it's never like that bad of like 5 minutes of ad breaks. Like, it's never that bad.
No, it's 5 minutes to start the show of ads.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. I mean, like 2 minutes max. I understand, but even then, like you usually skip through them, it's fine. And then having this 5 minutes though, fuck, that's a lot.
Yeah, and then they do shitloads of ad breaks. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should listen to like the next something to wrestle with this weekend and time how much ads are in the however long hour and a half show there is.
Please do.
That's crazy, man.
Folks, that's why we appreciate each and every one of you, so we don't have to put Blue Chew ads and all this other bullshit in the middle of this show.
Well, I mean, my idea for that is just making a short skit about Blue Chew or Omaha Steaks or Manscaped or whatever the other ones are. They always do, or is it Radon earbuds or whatever the hell else? Yeah, Raycon earbuds or whatever. Yeah.
Radon Chong, is she available?
Could be.
I'd pay for that ad.
Yeah,
I know you would, sir. I know you would.
I was gonna say, at least with the on if you listen to Cornette, he does. They have like live ad reads during their show too, but he ad libs the shit out of it and will just essentially say things in these ads that these products do or don't do that are completely absurd, to where the other guy has to jump in and fucking fire off disclaimers about it. It's like, it makes it at least funny.
Well, that's good. That's good.
One last thing I did forget to mention before we hit the wrestling thing. I wanted to talk about this just shortly enough because Dion, I know how much he loves his $6,000 a night vacation.
$3,000 a night.
Yeah, $20,000 a day. So
46 hours of immersion.
People are finally starting to question: is it worth it? So, starting
wait, hold on.
That should have been the very first question before you even consider buying those tickets.
Hold on, they're starting to ask those questions. Just starting to. Okay, Jesus.
The press is starting to ask these questions.
But it's for everybody, guys.
This is from USA Today, which isn't the world's most wonderful newspaper, but it's legit. It's a real newspaper. It's not somebody in their basement. Disney World's new Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is expensive, period. Starting prices for the all-inclusive two-night adventure top $4,800 for two guests sharing a cabin during non-peak dates as of last year. For people, the price tag is just shy of $6,000. Even for diehard Disney fans, that's a lot of money. Is it worth it? I say no, but the answer depends on who's going, and I just added that part. For lifelong Star Wars fans who can afford it, the chance to become part of a Star Wars story is priceless. Folks, if you want to be a part of a Star Wars story, go read Stealing Solo. You'll all be a part of that story. The fully immersive experience is unlike anything else. But folks who aren't a fan could spend their dollars on many other worthwhile expenses at Disney World and still have a hefty chunk of change left over. Here's what's included with the Galactic Star Cruiser. 2 nights accommodations, 4 meals and refreshments, 1 quick service meal at the Hollywood Studios, ongoing interactive entertainment in an immersive theater environment. Great, a theater. Admission to Hollywood Studios for Galaxy's Edge excursion. Whoop-de-doo. Valet parking, 1 exclusive data band per guest. Total $5,999 for 3 adults and 1 child.
Wait, 3 adults and 1 child?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, we read the itinerary, and it sounded like you were doing arts and crafts on a fucking like a cruise boat,
But it's Star Wars, guys. We're so thankful that we get to pay for the opportunity.
I'm kind of hung up on the 3 adults and 1 child. It's like the kid is lucky and his parents are taking him, but who's the third adult? Is that like the creepy uncle?
Yeah, grandma.
Oh, yeah, because grandma wants to go.
She was around when Star Wars first came out. There, Chuckles.
Also,
I
I love in this picture that Jeff is showing, like all the way to the left, the person wearing the blue shirt and the pants clearly is supposed to be there in their Crocs or whatever. They're clearly supposed to be on this Star Cruiser excursion into fucking.
Those are space Crocs, okay? Sprox.
Oh, never not do that. I fucking love it. Jesus, it's so dumb because what are they there for? In case you touch it. I also heard that they're already selling things on eBay from like the things you buy from the exclusive gift store on that fucking ship. Like, everything's already there to buy.
Would you like to hear what this article tells you could get for the same price as the Star Wars experience?
Oh God, please.
Fucking car.
Yes, my first car. Honestly, you could buy I could buy my first car 6 times over for what it costs to take 4 people to the Star Wars Galactic excursion. Folks, if you can tell me what you could spend $6,000 on or have spent $6,000 on, like, you know, like I said, my car 6 times over, my first Toyota Camry, that car. What you could get instead, though, you could get 2 nights accommodations at Disneyland Grand Floridian for $2,190. You get 4 table service meals and refreshments across the park, $729. 1 quick service meal at Disney's Hollywood Studios, $60. 2-day park admission without park hopper, $894. Valet parking, $66. 4 Star Wars themed magic bands, $140. Total $4,079 for 3 adults and 1 child. Because the Star Wars Galactic Cruiser is a first of its kind experience. Oh God, that's why they're able to charge the price.
Insane. Fucking sane.
I ain't going.
Yeah.
No, man.
And again, they're clearly trying to go after a certain crowd. They're not going after regular ass families that go on vacations. They want the people who have fuck you money to come. That's what that's about.
Yeah, but even then, we've seen people who canceled beforehand, and now with what's coming out with the press and the videos that they've shown, there are a lot of people who want to cancel because I remember seeing, like up on the catwalk up there, they had Rey and Kylo fighting, and it looked like crap. It looked fucking horrible. It looked bad, and you're paying $6,000 for that shit. I'm just like, no, thank you, no.
Yeah, fucking wild.
Yeah, and there was even full video of one of the rooms that had like the 2 bunk beds and the 1 bed. It was tiny. It was fucking small, man. I couldn't imagine being in that room. It was goddamn claustrophobic.
Now let's check in with the audience and see what's up. Kendo, you have picked a number most recently. I don't remember. I'm just gonna pick a number.
Wrong!
There we go. It's a nice short one. I love that. Was that our first button?
It's one of them.
I love that clip so much. It's the only decent part of fucking Superman Returns. Adam Wofford, thank you very much. We read yours earlier. Jack White, thank you again for all the generosity you've been showing the channel. We appreciate the support and love. He says, the grooming gangs are working class neighborhoods in the UK, so you don't have to worry about them in London. At least I think it's more likely worry about getting stabbed. Again, Jack, we are staying out of the UK for a minute. I see that your super chats are coming in United States dollars, so I'm assuming you're domestic here like us. We're not going over there right now, folks. The only thing that you're going to get from us in the UK is Wokebusters. You can get yourselves the real Wokebusters edition. That ships from the United States, around the United States. It ships to the European Union. It ships to Canada, and it ships to Australia. I should throw Mexico in there too. So
you know what we could do? Happen. We could offer to meet people in the middle and say we'll just go to Ireland.
That's fair.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's okay.
We'll call up our friend Pierce.
Yeah. Have
you guys ever seen the Thomas Crown Affair with Pierce Brosnan? Not the original.
Yes.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie, man.
I watched most of it the other day for the first time in either a while or ever. I'm positive. I'm almost positive I saw it as a kid. I just didn't remember the ending. But it's solid. I miss Pierce Brosnan being in more movies.
Yeah, man. That one's in terms of remakes, that one is damn good.
Yeah, no, it definitely keeps the spirit up, and it definitely it goes with that whole thing. Because I've watched the original one a couple of times, and it's really good. But even the remake, I was just like, Pierce did it, man. It's really compelling. It's really fun. I enjoy it. It's just good. And it was always like it's always around. It's around peak Pierce as well when he was doing a lot of stuff, and James Bond at the same time.
He was the coolest dude of the 90s.
Oh, man, so good.
Jack White says, Jeff, when you go on that manga site I sent you, look up the series Gantz. Well, I will take a screenshot of your recommendation, Jack, and I will let you know what I think when I get a chance to read it. There we go. Our friend Anubis T800 says, thank you guys. Will be my last super chat of the night. Well, thank you, Anubis, for all of those. Remember when I see Sid Vicious' leg broken against Scott Hall? Oof, nasty. It's
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And he didn't want to do any high-flying offense.
Nope. It's an uncomfortable video, but I have no problems watching it. Just because I'm just like, that's what you get for not sitting out softball season this year.
Well, yep. I'm just going to show the GIF instead. That way it'll loop, and it'll be in slow motion. And we'll finally get an episode where we don't get a copy strike from the WWE. There you go, folks.
God
Crunch.
damn.
And then the leg. Oh god.
That sucks.
Oh, God.
Wait, what's the dude? Okay, the one on the one to the right of that's even worse. Okay, seeing Sid break his legs, fine. That guy doing the weird, creepy, licky of the knife thing. That's just no. That's
I know. I was trying to get away
Happy
from it.
Gilmore. It's that one. Because at casual glance, I thought that was a toy of the sexual persuasion.
Well, here we go. This guy's got what the fuck?
Oh my god.
That is awesome. We need that as a
Beauty's only skin deep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beauty's only skin deep. Whoa, yeah.
Oh no. Xavier to God, thank you very much. He says, was Cain unmasking in 2003 and The Undertaker becoming the American Badass in 2000 good or bad booking and character decisions? Your thoughts?
Bad.
I know you said okay on
Yeah,
both fronts.
bad. Because when he became the American Badass, I was just kind of like, who is this guy? Why did he become part of the Orange County Choppers? What happened?
Yeah, the whole underbiker thing was just not my deal. Somebody that I had been a fan of The Undertaker since his debut because I was a kid. I saw him come out. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And then he went away. The ministry thing was kind of stupid too. But then he left and he came back as the underbiker. I'm just like, it's not the same anymore. I don't know what to think about this. And then having Cain take his mask off, he went from being the big red machine, the devil's favorite demon, to he's just a regular dude. And now he's the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
I still say that he, when they did if Triple H wins, he takes the mask off. The best thing for that character of Cain would have been just say, no, I'm not fucking doing it. Come make me. And it's just him beating the shit out of the world champion. Be like, I'm not taking my mask off. Fuck you. Like that would have been, I will die on that hill. That would have been the best thing for him to do. But of course, WWE, their best thing to do is fuck it up.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I still remember Undertaker's he had a mask and Shawn Michaels pulled it off, and it felt. I thought the thing was like cemented to his head or something. The way it took him so long to take it off.
Oh, the Undertaker's mask when he was the Phantom of the Opera Taker. That's because fucking Mabel broke his eye socket because he's a big fat piece of shit that didn't work.
R.I.P.
I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I remember that.
King of the Ring winner, Mabel.
Yeah, speaking of bad booking decisions.
Yeah, dude. I saw some. I remember very distinctly watching that as a kid and being like, because it looked like Shawn Michaels was trying to I don't know, separate atoms or something like that, and he was trying to yank his fucking mask off and it wouldn't come off.
Listen, and that's why the people that don't get me wrong, Vince probably doesn't have the greatest track record of race relations, but had he, Vince tried to find a lot of black dudes. He definitely would have put the belt on black dudes. He just had terrible taste. Like Mabel winning the fucking King of the Ring, insane. He wanted to put the belt on Ahmed Johnson, but Ahmed Johnson probably has a learning disability. Like he probably wanted black dudes to win. He just kept picking the bad wrestler ones.
He's got more than a learning disability. we need the clips of promos from that fucking game.
Beep boop. Is it just me or was it he beep
this morning? And I'm very, very angry.
Oh, yeah.
That dude couldn't cut a promo to save his fucking life.
I gotta say,
like I said, fucking loved Ahmed Johnson.
To answer Xavier to God, I think that The Undertaker in 2000 wasn't the bad booking decision. Ministry of Darkness Undertaker would not have fit in the year 2000. Stone Cold being gone and Undertaker being gone at the exact same time really helped with this weird reset in the WWF that produced The Rock and Triple H to be the main stars, and everyone else got better. So when Stone Cold and The Undertaker were gone, wrestling got really good. So I don't really give a shit what The Undertaker did as his return because it was just good with him without him even being there. He did not fit in what the story they were telling in the early 2000s was. Same with Stone Cold. I'm glad he didn't come back till October of that year. 2000 is on record as being one of their most successful years, and a testament that sometimes the same old shit is tiresome. I'm glad that it wasn't beer baths and blood baths in the year 2000. It was a little different with these guys. And so Undertaker, I guess my favorite Undertaker would be 2005 Undertaker, where he's like the dead man, but he still wears the leather and he still does the MMA punches and still talks. He's not as, he's not as cryptic as he got later or earlier before, but he would talk shit when he had to, and it was pretty badass. That's my favorite Taker. But to talk about Kane prior to his unmasking was the best ever. When he was talking about the Canaanites and he had Slow Chemical and he still had the fucking full gear on, I thought that Kane was
jacked as fuck.
Dude, he was huge. I believed the night he fought Triple H, I believed he could beat Triple H. That's how good Kane was booked back in the day. All those fucking titles.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I thought that was going to be it because he had been IC champion. He was tag team champion. I think he was IC champion at the time. Didn't Triple H beat him?
And he united the world heavyweight and IC belts for like a week or something.
That was so dumb. That was so fucking dumb. You took away your
and listen, people love Triple H now, and I get it, but that's people forget just how much the Reign of Terror fucked a lot of things up. Because again, you can't tell me that Kane wasn't over, and I'm not even saying. Listen, obviously I was a huge Kane fan, so I would have been okay with him winning the Rumble when he, when he had the fucking record until they sacrificed it for Roman Reigns. But goddamn, he was fucking white hot then, and then we got. They blew up Kane and RVD, which I still say was a fucking dumb fucking idea because to have it again, it would have been Kane and RVD against Evolution, him being like, I'm not fucking unmasking, fuck you, and having like RVD be his buddy, be like, yeah, man, fuck you guys. That would have been fucking crazy awesome, but WWE fucked it up, and obviously they broke up Kane and RVD, and then we had Kane. Tombstoning Linda and putting Shane's nuts in a fucking against the battery. Like it was just goofy shit, man. It was just really goofy shit.
It was a car battery, sir.
Or what I say? Fucking.
You said a battery, but I just wanted to let you know it was a car battery.
Good man. That's why I keep you around, dog.
It was like that scene where Mr. Joshua was going to light his arm on fire and then electrocute.
Right. Go see Hendo there, Mr. Joshua.
Now, our friend Adam Walford, thank you very much for your generous $10 super chat. He says, in the year 3535, nearly 1,500 years, the American Automotive Company is still around, making cars and trucks, but they also make military vehicles. Their most popular military vehicle is the Marauder Battle Mech. For $6,000. Oh, okay, that's the first super chat. You guys want to buy one in the year 3535?
Hell yeah, let's go.
Sure, let's do it.
So I do need us to get a website or some kind of good social or some online portal so we can have like a portion of our website about the year 3535. We'll even have a running canon. We'll sell some t-shirts. Adam Walford also says, for $6,000, me and my wife can have 2 more kids.
Goddamn right.
Oh my God.
For $6,000, I can get closer to paying off the principal on my student loan. Yay. Mad the Magnificent, excuse me, says, hey boys, I'll have to watch the replay since I'm arriving late. I had to watch a movie with the girlfriend. Ugh, she's the worst. I enjoy spending time with you. You're so cool and totally super not gay. Women, am I right?
Mads, as usual, you're on fire.
Dude, yeah. Thank you for joining us on Master Debate this week. You were a great Master Debater, and we hope to have you on in the future to Master Debate with us again. Folks, Master Debate.
Yeah. We always love people come on Master Debate all the time, and it's great. It's good to watch.
Yeah, folks, if you didn't watch Master Debate on Tuesday night, you missed out on a lot of fun. We'll be bringing it back. Don't worry, lots of new guests. But you missed out on stuff like this. I liked. Oh wait, all the buttons are gone. No, only this one's left.
Final round, fight.
I'm heartbroken.
What happened?
All the buttons are gone. Oh, well. I had to make new ones for next week anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then our friend Monster01 sent us a very generous super chat. Thank you for $10. He says, hail WCBS. Tuesdays and Thursdays always find a way to get on my nerves, but the trade-off is the High Council and the WCBS gang. Thank you for the good times and hail the chat. Yeah, hail the chat. Folks, you guys are the 5th member of the channel right here. We appreciate you guys making the chat awesome. Shout out to our mods. Shout out to everybody who's joined us tonight. And finally, our last super chat of the evening comes from our friend, Xavier to God, who says, yes, Kane should have won the 2001 Royal Rumble. Dion, Kane's one of your favorite wrestlers. What say you? Should Kane have won the 2001 Royal Rumble?
As much as I love the main event of Stone Cold and The Rock, listen, the selfish motherfucker in me says absolutely. Kane should have won the Rumble. And you don't have to have him go to the main event, say he cashes it in, at No Way Out or whatever. But yeah, him winning the Rumble would have been fucking phenomenal.
I think we have an idea for our first episode on Patreon, Kendo, on our What If Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
What if Kane won the 2001 Royal Rumble, and let's book that all the way to WrestleMania 17.
I'm in.
All right. Dion, of course, you're more than welcome to be on. Nick, of course, we're all part of the channel. But I don't want to say, this is what we're doing, and you got to know what's up. And you're just like, I don't know.
This is what we're doing, and you're not a part of it.
Yeah. Watch WrestleMania 17 with us, folks. We'll be shit-faced. It's going to be a good time. I was wrong, though, about that being our last super chat of the evening. Our friend Xavier to God sent in another one. He says, by the way, thank you. He says, the whole nation hated Ahmed Johnson, and he hurt Ron Simmons. Ron came back 9 months and whooped his ass, and Ahmed's career died.
Yep.
Xavier to God, I don't know if I've ever told you this story on air since you've been listening, but I almost became a wrestling fan as a younger kid, but I was out. And see, my cousins were into the WCW. And so I liked Sting, and I thought that stuff was cool. And I also thought I knew about the WWF. And I was going to try to get into all the wrestling about 96 or 97. And I went to the store, and all I saw was Ahmed Johnson and Goldust. And I thought wrestling is stupid. And so I didn't get involved until I saw who The Rock was. So wrestling was stupid in 1995, 96, not 97. That's when it gets good. But
yeah, I was berated by my cousins and everybody who just thought, oh, you like Star Wars, you're a nerd. I'm just like, well, fuck you guys.
Dude, it was not fun to be a Star Wars fan in the early 90s. It was not. You were a geek. You were lumped in with the worst of the worst. Everyone thought Star Trek and Star Wars were the same thing. It wasn't.
Yeah. They couldn't tell the difference in they were like, oh, you mean the lightsabers mean Star Trek? I'm just like, oh, you motherfucker.
Aren't you glad we don't? Question: would you rather live in a world where we're persecuted as Star Wars fans or Disney owns Star Wars?
I'll take the persecution.
I mean, if I'm choosing now, give me the fucking persecution because at least it was good then.
Yeah, I'll take it because at least it was good, and there wasn't a lot of it, and we weren't oversaturated with bullshit. I'll fucking take it. It's fine.
Oh, you'll take it, Dion. You'll take it. I'll take you.
See, there's something wrong with you. This moment right here.
Something wrong with
this moment right here.
Wrong with you.
Is what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, Dion. The only thing wrong with me is that I'm so far away from you.
You don't need a show. You need Jesus.
Oh, I've had Jesus and his pal.
And someone needs to find him and save him because they need to get Jesus out of your fucking basement.
Jesus was delicious.
Oh, Jesus.
No,
don't go.
Oh, Dion.
No,
you delicious.
No. We're no. God damn it, no.
There's tons of leftover Valentine's Day candy. Who doesn't
no, God
like chocolate, Dion?
It is the reason for the season.
Well, Dion's not going to sleep it all the night. It's going to be fun.
Dion, I have great news.
See, we're still you. God damn it! No, I don't want to put the lotion in the basket.
Check your Easter basket. There's going to be more than lotion in it this year.
I ain't got no Easter basket. I ain't got no Mother's Day basket.
You're going to be his chocolate bunny.
I don't have an Arbor's Day basket, motherfucker.
You'll be my brown bunny.
Oh, god damn. Oh god, Jeff was going a little too hard in the paint.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens when we don't drink on the show.
Wait, hold on. So if we do drink, there's going to be less Buffalo, Jeff? Is that what's going to happen?
It's going to be this. I don't know what it's going to be. You've been drunk dozens of times. I almost said 1,000 times. I probably haven't been drunk 1,000. I haven't been drunk 1,000 times in my life. Holy shit. A couple hundred though. Good time. Okay, one last thing. Since you guys are talking about this in the private chat, let me share this with the audience because I don't care if we get a copy strike at the very end. We're gonna have a laugh at the expense of Ahmed Johnson. God damn it! So, guys, there is a video game called WWF Warzone. Now we're all aware of it, but for the audience, it's a shit game. You guys can Google it. You can check it out. You can watch footage here on YouTube. I don't recommend buying it. Long story short, my mom bought me WWF SmackDown in the year 2000. It was the newest wrestling game. It was cool. It had backstage fights. It had The Rock. It had China. It had all the big stars. And then my mom, being the awesome lady she is, bought me a copy of Warzone just to be nice because I might want another wrestling game. And while my mom is a wonderful person, I greatly appreciate everything she's given me, this was one of the worst decisions she ever made because WWF Warzone is dog shit and is not good at all. And the only decent thing about the game is that if you play it on the PlayStation, you get these wonderful promos and in some cases rants. And Ahmed Johnson is unintelligible at times. So let's take a gander at what Ahmed Johnson was trying. Let's just try to guess what he's going to say.
You ready for that stupid little grin on your face? Because it's time to meet the real superstar of WWF. And I'm going to meet you. And no one going to come say you're sorry carcass. Just make sure you got plenty of insurance policy.
Hold on. Hold on 1 second. What rest area fucking bathroom stall did they record that in?
Bro, that's the Warzone, dude.
That's the Warzone, bro.
Holy shit! Like they recorded that in some shitty fucking bathroom in the middle of nowhere. Like that is the worst sound quality I've ever goddamn heard.
Chael Sonnen would say they recorded in a men's shelter in Brazil.
Well,
that
guys,
sounds about right.
Speaking of sound, do you want to hear a little more?
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude.
I have no idea what the fuck he said. It's
hold on. There's a nuclear reactor by him. He might have radiation poisoning.
That little ass body of yours can't possibly deal with the ass whipping I'm going to give you in the ring. If you want to step up to play team, bring it on.
How is his voice cracking?
Because he's just so Ahmed Johnson about it.
Is he the worst wrestler to ever make it this high?
God, you have a video. You're a professional company. A video game's coming out, and you can't even record that goddamn audio correctly. How do you fuck this up?
Well, it gets crazier because I think.
Oh gosh!
Try to listen to it.
Because I forgot to take my medication in the morning, and I'm in a real bad mood.
Good.
Bro, the only thing that's going to happen if you forget to take your medicine in the morning is that your feet are going to swell.
Apparently, his brain was swelling while doing these.
You look like a hydrocephalic.
Hey, if you want to play like that, there ain't nothing between us but air and opportunity, boy. So go ahead, bring your toys and get a ring. Because there ain't nothing on this earth that's going to save you from this sad.
He wants me to bring the toys? No, that's weird. Don't do that.
Oh, so good. God, I love that game so much. It's so bad.
How do you? Oh man.
Let's listen to the last one.
Okay.
Those are the stars. They're a push-up. But now, you fucking ready to get the big dog. To the big dog now to believe you got what it takes to take on Ahmed Johnson and the purple God. Come on.
What the fuck is he saying?
I can't understand a word he's saying.
I can't. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. He's just screaming at something while somebody tries to. I don't know, is holding the mic and like behind 20 people or something. It just sounds fucking terrible.
Oh, Dion, I'm here to yell at you and tell you that I'm going to come down your house.
Oh,
I'm going to smack it on you. I'm going to eat your face.
No.
See, again. Ahmed Johnson has spoken.
I don't
He's
want
dead.
No, find a new basket, motherfucker.
Oh,
I'm going to bed.
You go to bed. Forever.
Oh,
No,
geez.
bye. Bye.
That was too much fun. Now, let's check what the audience have put this baby to bed. Oh, this has been a fun night, folks. Join us each and every week here on World Class Bullshitters for more fun, more quality entertainment. Xavier to God, thank you very much. He says, Cain was so jacked, man, before he tore his bicep. Cain was definitely one of the most physically intimidating wrestlers on the entire roster. There's a reason why Vince booked him as well as he did, because the dude was dedicated. And probably had the right political views as Vince.
Yes, that also helped.
Yeah. Folks, if you want to make it far in the WWE, be a Republican. Just when your boss is best friends with Donald Trump and your boss's wife worked for Donald Trump, you clearly see how they're tied into one political party already. The McMahons go far back into that. Linda ran, what was it? Not Rhode Island, Connecticut. She wanted to be a Republican senator from Connecticut. Like the WWE sanitized their entire image for Linda to run for the Senate, and it failed miserably, and wrestling suffered. And so now Stephanie has tried to continually sanitize the image and make it safer and safer. When your local news is edgier than WWE programming, you've lost your way.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh God. Well, so wait, hold on. So Stephanie made it worse.
Yeah, she's got more control. So,
holy shit! I didn't know.
Well, Stephanie McMahon took over as head writer in the year 2001 after a guy named Chris Kresge left, and he's considered the best, like, unsung hero of wrestling because Vince Russo was everyone's bro, and the Swerve and
Swerve, bro.
But Chris Kresge wrote all the year 2000 stuff that people still go on as the best wrestling ever, and really knew how to tie stories together and treated it like an event. Stephanie, daddy owns the company. Daddy this, daddy that. I know JR and people will say she worked hard for her spot, but let me tell you something. I've been watching for 25 years. Her spot indicates when wrestling falls fucking down into the toilet. Don't tell me it's better now than it's ever been, Bruce Pritchard. You're full of shit. Like, that's where wrestling dies for me, is when they try to tell you how great it is when we know how shitty it is. Just fucking look for a new audience, WWE. Stop trying to placate us. Don't bring back legends. Bring back all this new shit. Austin Idol or Austin Theory, he's the future. Don't worry about The Rock and Stone Cold. Let him go. Now we have one more super chat from our friend Darian217.
Oh, Dion, we've missed you. I hope you enjoyed your vacation. Now that you're back, we can really have some fun.
Yeah, Dion.
I think he left for a second.
Well, Will said the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks says, "Oh my God, Scooby-Doo's possessing a black man."
Oh, jeez, that's a little harsh.
Nick, since you sent this,
I sent that just for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we're showing stuff from wrestlers. I'm just like, oh yeah, this was a thing that happened.
I'll play it later. Oh man, Cain only has 922 subscribers. I thought he'd do better than that.
Yeah, well, you know.
Hey, Cain, if you want to grow your YouTube channel, join us. World Class Bullshitters will help you out. You give us a couple tax exemptions in the state of Tennessee. We'll come down. We'll shoot some stuff. We'll get your numbers up. It's win-win for everybody. Guys, there we go. So, folks, we have reached the end of our episode. I will be back on Monday with Master Debate on the channel, but the podcast returns to its normal time next week on Thursday. And just because I want to press the button. So, guys, we have reached a great show's end, and it's time to go. So, folks, I'm going to ask anybody anything else they have to say. Nick, Dion, Kendo, anything else you guys want to say before we put this baby to bed?
Follow us on Twitch.
Since Dion's back, Twitch is back as well, I guess. And you're still going to play Mass Effect?
Yep, we're finishing 3, and then probably we're going to be picking another game here in just a little bit there, buckos.
Hell yeah. Well, Nick, is there anything you want to tell the audience before you go?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. So, from all of us here at World Class Bullshitters, thank you for watching. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.
.com